This is a Headgum podcast.
With 487 feature film credits, Pontchartrain Billy was among the most prolific of all screen performers. But Billy was not an actor, or even a human being. Pontchartrain Billy was a gator. Captured in the swamps of New Orleans in 1906, Billy found a home in Hollywood, where he lived well into his 80s. Bayou Billy's relative docility, combined with his reptilian instinct to open his jaw for dangling food, made him a natural on camera, as well as a photo attraction for gawking visitors to the tourist trap alligator farm where he resided. While few knew his name, he became one of New Orleans' most widely seen stars of the silver screen, and one of its most famous eaters in a city known for food. And around the time Pontchartrain Billy was co-starring with Abbott and Costello in Tarzan, an enterprising New Orleans woman with the surname Seton opened an eponymous beauty salon in the Big Easy's Treme neighborhood. While Seton's hairdos paid the bills, her true dream was to open a bar, and so the salon was converted into a saloon that served hot food, including her signature recipe, fried chicken. The breaded bird became its breakout dish. The salon side of the business closed up shop in the 1970s, and over the next half-century, Ms. Seton's Diner became one of the city's most beloved grub joints. The eatery survived the devastation of Hurricane Katrina in 2005, and its founder's death in 2015. And today, this family-owned fowl broker is operated by Seton's great-granddaughter, Carrie Seton Stewart. In 2022, the restaurant opened its first outlet outside of the Crescent City, in the beachside town of Venice, California, in partnership with upscale LA chain mogul Jerry A. Greenberg of Sugarfish fame. And with awards from the James Beard Society, accolades from publications calling it America's best fried chicken, and an endorsement from former President Barack Obama, one can only imagine the famous jaws of Pontchartrain Billy would be pleased to chomp down on Ms. Seton's secret recipe. This week on Doughboys, Willie Mae's Scotch House. Welcome to Doughboys, the podcast about chain restaurants. I'm Nick Weiger, along with my co-host, Billy Eyeless, the spoon man, Mike Mitchell.
All right.
5 forks.
Someone must have done this already, but I can't look it up right now. Thank you for the greatest dough on earth.
No one's done it.
At Grip Grand on everything. And check out my music, Grip Grand on Spotify and everywhere else. Love y'all. RoastedBirdFog.com. Grip Grand. How about that?
My dad was Billy. He was a Bill.
The Whammer.
The Whammer.
Yeah.
Bill Mitchell.
Bill Mitchell.
Yeah.
Bill. A few people call him Billy.
Yeah.
The second
only
most
one.
famous Billy Mitchell.
Wow.
Who's the first one?
King of Kong, psychopath.
Yeah, right.
Oh, right.
Adversary.
Yeah.
Still crazily suing anyone who says he cheated.
we might get sued for this. He's also got a hot sauce brand.
He comes from big hot sauce money. That's
Yeah.
how he can afford these lawsuits.
Man.
Do you see King of Kong?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he was in he did it in Laconia, right, Emma? Didn't he? Does in King of Kong?
Right, that's where that arcade is.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
it's in Laconia. Do you know Laconia at all?
I know
or no?
Laconia. I don't think I've been to that arcade.
That's a Ramondi had a place up in Laconia.
Wow.
No sadder group of weirdos than the Billy Mitchell Twin Galaxies truthers.
There are a bunch of apologists. There are a bunch of people who
Oh,
think
yeah.
he's like, he did not cheat. He's legit and he's a good guy.
Everyone has
has
a cult. Everyone has a cult.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks
tell
for
me.
it's like sucks for that guy to be more famous. You know what I mean? Like second famous Billy Man. I'm like, that guy kind of sucks, right?
Do you mean for your dad?
Your dad.
Yeah, it kind of sucks for I'm saying like, yeah, that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, well, I
The
didn't
last
say it.
movie he saw before he died was King of Kong.
That's not true. We went and saw the Jason Segel Muppet movie at the Hingham Shipyard.
Hingham.
And the Hingham Shipyard.
Hingham is the fancier version of Quincy, for those of you not from New England. So like
okay.
That's like the rich kids is Hingham.
Right.
Quincy kids are not.
Quincy kids are the slobs.
Yeah.
Hingham snobs.
Yeah. And we're next door to Milton, which is also a wealthy. So
Interesting.
Quincy is like we're like
Milton, you're not even allowed in.
we're the Springfield basically.
Yes.
We're the other dummies. Yeah. But you know what?
Good
I love
reference
it. I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't. Yeah, it is a good reference point considering our guests.
That's right.
Wags, let's hit him with a drop. Thought about it today.
Who out there would eat human flesh?
Yeah. Hashtag man-eater. Here's a question. Would you eat a person? I think I would. Yeah. If human flesh was offered to me, I think I would. Yeah. It's like,
And maybe go dumb on people.
yeah, it's like, well, it goes ethically sourced. Give it a try. Give it a chunk.
I don't even. I'm looking at the email that was sent in. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I do just look at my phone.
It's true.
I was just looking like people think the Pacers can pull it off. That's like the big.
Why are you talking about
It's
this
July.
right now?
It's
This
July.
episode's coming out in
The
July.
Celtics have already won. The Celtics have swept it in
Oh,
4.
God,
Tatum has overcome his insecurity, non-alpha issues, and finally become the dominant number 1 that we always knew he could be. And they crushed Minnesota in 4 games.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
calling the sweep right now.
I mean, I love this, but I mean, I'm not that confident. I don't know what will happen.
Oh, I'm not confident at all.
But you know what, Wags? I'm gonna let the Celtics cook.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna let them cook. The kids say that. I'm gonna start
Okay.
using it.
Problem with Tatum is he's not an alpha. I've listened to so many podcasts with that thesis statement.
Yes. It's whatever. A lot of sports analysis is complete like nonsense.
You don't think they're gonna win either, though.
I would get right now. I think they very well could win. I think if you made me make a call, it's so tough because like I thought Denver was going to win it all. They lost in the second round. We're so time stamping this. We have just had the Minnesota Timberwolves won Game 7 yesterday. That's when we're recording this. The Minnesota Timberwolves won Game 7 of the Western Conference semifinals. So this is a prelude to the second to
Also,
last round.
San
the Final
Francisco
Four, if you
still
will.
exists as a city. So things have changed. July 18th, world.
I disagree. Since those Silicon snobs moved in,
And it changed the character of the city. Yeah,
it did.
Well, got to the
No, I'm
working
saying
class,
it's been blown up
turned
in
into
some
a
kind of
bedroom community.
event.
Yeah, like the Rock.
No, I
happened.
know. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, we got the Rock.
Yeah,
was-
we just wanted to get into the other side of it too.
There was a sarin nerve gas attack carried out from missiles that were on Alcatraz. Yeah, I get it.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
Yeah.
You would have to respect someone that did a real life The Rock. Like there are these, okay, I'm sorry to get off topic. Hi, I'm Matt. I'm introducing myself. And I just talk about whatever I want. I'm sorry. And so there's these gang of thieves in rich asshole neighborhoods of Chilean thieves that target these horrible 1%er purses called Birkin bags. And
Yes. I think
and they
I've heard
know
of this.
who has them, and they case the houses, and they go in and steal them, and they steal the little certificate that says how special they are to the jackasses that waste their money on these
That's
show-offy
pretty
pieces of shit. And I could not be more on the side of the thieves.
Yeah, that's pretty
They're
good.
like they're like the gentleman bandits of the modern age.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they just go in, take the worst things owned by the worst people, and just sell them. They're great.
I'm gonna get one.
I'm gonna start my own Chilean gang to start stealing Birkins. Okay, sorry.
I want a Birkenstock bag.
I apologize, Nick.
I don't know what this.
It's not a Birkenstock bag, you fucking Quincy Rube.
Those are shoes.
See, in Hingham and Milton, we know it's called a Birkin bag.
Oh, Birkin
And
bag.
It's the signature false scarcity item of Hermes.
Got it.
And they only let you buy one if you've already spent a shit ton of money at Hermes, and you have to buy whichever one they give you. And if you don't, you're afraid you won't be on the Birkin list anymore. So it's just like asshole exponential douche material.
It
of
seems
all
hard
time.
to get. How much are they?
They're like $30,000.
Maybe
They
I
do
won't
go. They
get
do
one.
go up in. They do go up in value.
This
They are collectible.
This Hermes Himalayan Birkin 30 is listed on eBay for 6 figures. $423,000 for this little glittery bag. Kind of looks like shit.
Doesn't work.
You deserve
$1
to be
million.
robbed. Like you deserve to be robbed.
It does kind of look like shit.
Yeah,
You put
that
your
sucks.
You put your wealth in its most concentrated form and carry it around, showing off how rich you are. You deserve crimes to happen to you.
yeah, I
like
love this stance.
I like this stance.
Fully
too.
in favor of
You
it.
think I couldn't buy 20 Birkins?
Yeah.
I could have a Birkin for every day of the year. That's not how I live. 365 Birkins.
Mitch, did you credit the dropper?
I was about to.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're fine. Nothing to apologize for.
Howdy-ho, sup. I made the drums, bass, keys for this drop and chopped up some Milwaukee live show audio. Love the show times a million. Thank you, Doug. You did a great job, Doug.
Thanks, Doug. Well done. Drops at birdfuck.com. Our guest today,
Talented guy.
writer and showrunner of The Simpsons, our chicken correspondent, Father Time himself, Matt Selman is back. Hi, Selman.
Oh my God, so flattering. No one wanted me ever to come back, but I
That's
wanted
not
to
true.
come back. No,
We wanted you to come
I know
back.
you guys
Yeah.
did, but like, of all the Gabrises and the Nangles of the, of the world.
We haven't had Nang
I
on
haven't
in
had
a
Nang on
while
in a while,
either.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Nangle, Nangle's
She's busy.
Got a
Yeah,
lot
she's got stuff going on,
Got a
yeah.
lot going on.
Yeah.
She's loving that I'm talking about her right now. Loving it.
Nangle's the best.
The best.
Let's talk a little bit generally about chicken. We're going to deep dive on chicken. We've
Yes.
got a chicken,
Yes.
An iconic
Beaks.
fried
feathers.
chicken restaurant we're talking about. Yes, right.
So can I just recap?
Claws.
My first appearance on the show
Eggs.
was
Claws, huh?
was-
Cloacas.
Cloacas,
yeah,
yes.
the PP.
There, thank you, Casey.
The
We
pea-
both
claws.
thought claws.
Cloacas,
That kind
the-
of claws.
The pee-poo sex
Fucking
hole. of
Quincy
the chicken.
Rube.
Right, yeah.
What was
Call
the,
me a Quincy
Yeah,
Rube.
you're Quincy Rube.
Oh, fuck you.
No, he's like Hingham royalty.
He is. You're a fucking Hingham guy for sure.
What's the first place I went to?
Yes, so we
B-dubs,
we went
B-dubs.
B-dubs back in the day.
Right, that was
Buffalo Wild
fried
Wings.
chicken.
You bought stock in B-dubs.
Yes.
Have you dumped that stock?
I dumped it a long time ago.
Okay.
Not a winner.
Well, that's a good. That's a savvy pre-pandemic move. Whether it was, I don't know what the timing was, but like that, their business model obviously completely changed once people stopped going out to sports bars and clustering in huge numbers.
Yeah. I'm going to let you cook on that.
But
This is their whole B-Dubs Go campaign.
Did you just
It's
learn
based
this
on that.
phrase? Let them cook.
Yeah, it's like talking about the NBA's playoffs is already dated enough, but to also use like slang that came about in like 2017.
All right. I'm going to let you cook on that. Keep going.
but like, however, after I was on B-dubs
Yeah,
with you guys in 2000,
would have been. I think it was year one,
15?
2015, 2016,
Yep.
maybe. Yeah.
so for Christmas that year, I bought hundreds of Buffalo Wild Wings gift cards. And I gave them out all over the Fox lot as like Christmas presents
Yes.
to everyone. Everyone I met, all the people, it's all the
I think that's a
workers.
very fun, nice
I think
gift.
it's a
Super
great
fun.
gift.
Just walking
Yeah.
around with a bunch of gift cards, giving them out to strangers at
Yeah.
Fox. That was super fun. However, I still have a lot of them left over. So I just carry them around in my wallet.
Wow.
They're kind of like a great get out of jail free card. Like if you get in a pickle and you really need help or someone really helps you, just give them a B-dubs gift card.
There you go. Right.
It's like a meaningful experience.
I think that's a great gift.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it again this year.
That's
Is that- would you
I
still do
sometimes
Buffalo
don't
Wild
use
Wings,
gift
or would you
cards,
do
but I
different-
also
Maybe
like
something
them.
else, but something fun that's like a treat for
Yeah.
all the workers that at Fox who are planning the overthrow of the government. There's one guy at Fox who I'm sure he and I disagree politically on stuff,
Sure.
but he has a
Murdoch?
giant. Oh, you know him. He has a giant flag on his trailer, his grip trailer, with cornholio with 2 machine guns.
That sounds
And
good.
I'm like,
That's funny.
I'm sure
Look.
we like disagree on a lot of stuff, but that is a great flag.
Yes, that brings.
And it
Cornholio
says, "Don't
bringing
tread on my
together.
butthole."
That's funny.
Come on, that's
good.
That's fucking quality. That guy can. I don't care. Overthrow whatever you want, sir. I will serve for you.
There is that weird. I mean, there is that weird thing of Fox being Fox, and I mean, like,
The company.
yeah. But you don't really see that on the Fox lot. How do you feel about that lot in general? I used to.
Love it.
Do you really? I actually grew to hate it in many ways. I mean, like,
I was gonna bring the peanut butter. I was gonna have him stir the peanut butter.
We should give context for people who don't know this. Mitch,
Who doesn't know it? He talks about it every show.
I think there are maybe some people who are perhaps new to the podcast, and perhaps even
I
if they
don't know
know
I
that
worked
Mitch
at-
worked at The Simpsons,
Yeah.
may not know the specific piece of lore.
Yeah.
He worked at The Simpsons. You were there. You were essentially his boss. I don't know if you were his direct, higher up, but he answered to you.
We had fun.
You never,
And
you,
as
did,
part
you,
of
you,
that-
you didn't give me a Buffalo Wild Wings gift card. You gifted me a peanut butter stir at one point,
Oh,
which
yeah.
was a contraption. I remember you were like very excited about it, and I was like, "All right," I liked it. I was playing along, and it didn't fit on top of the peanut butter.
Yeah, it didn't fit
It didn't really work.
Part of your tasks were you had like one of those natural peanut butters that you had to stir up.
Scudder, I know you know Laura Scudder.
Yes,
Great,
no, Laura
best
Scott.
peanut butter.
She does a great job with peanut butter, but sometimes her peanut butter is not very mixed. So it was my job to stir it quite a bit. And I think I broke like 1,000 plastic knives and then just stopped stirring it. I did it for 2 days probably. But
Laura Scudder, a real person. I wasn't sure if it was just a brand like Mavis Beacon, who teaches typing, and it is a fictional character.
Mario also.
Laura Scudder, yeah, Mario is another good example.
Mario.
Laura Scudder is an actual person. Was an entrepreneur in Monterey Park, California.
is she still alive and kicking, Laura Scudder, or what's her deal?
Died in 1959, so no.
Okay.
Has not been a part of this mortal plane for some time.
But also her solids and liquids separated when she died. That's like a Leno joke, like whenever someone, there used to be this show called The Tonight Show Kids.
Yes.
And there used to be this guy named David Leno who hosted David Leno. And every time someone comical inventor would die, he died in the way of the invention.
Yeah, that was fun, right?
Mhm.
Like the slinky guy fell down the stairs or something like that. Yeah. Come on, Jay, that's crazy.
I watched Leno.
You can't say that, Jay. That's wrong.
David Leno.
Yeah. The Philly putty guy died, and they put him on a newspaper. That's kind of where it would go.
Yeah, it's gonna work out. Yeah.
I watched Leno in my household. I think I brought that, which I know Letterman was a much cooler thing, but I liked Conan, and that was the lead into Conan.
Yeah, sure.
So I watched a lot of Leno. I've said this before. Went and saw him. Beautiful baby blue eyes. I don't know if people know this about Leno, but very beautiful blue eyes.
Makes
Striking.
Sense. Makes sense when he pops on TV.
You've come around on Leno, don't you? Like,
I'm pro Leno. Yeah, I like Leno. Who's he not doing anyone any harm?
I'm not doing anyone harm.
Conan, he did a little.
Yeah, that was a little bit, but whatever,
Yeah.
I think it's water under the bridge at this point.
I think Conan is happy with his current
Seems like it.
I think
world
when Conan,
traveler type guy show.
/ podcast empire.
if Conan had known when that all happened, that like late night would not exist really anymore, and like in 5 to 10 years after that, I think maybe it would be a different.
Can I give you guys a Simpsons scoop?
Please.
I would love to hear.
July 18th, Conan O'Brien will be guest appearing on the season premiere of The Simpsons.
Wow.
No one knows this. It's a scoop.
Wow.
The Doughboys breaking shoes.
That's
Breaking
wild.
shoes.
We got an exclusive.
This is our first exclusive.
This is
an
an exclusive.
exclusive.
Will Entertainment Weekly or something pick this up?
They might.
They might. I'm not going to tell anyone else till July 18th.
Wow.
Wow. This is huge.
I mean, I
This is
might
huge.
at the Celtics victory parade get a little tipsy and let it fly.
Is he going to be a voice on the show?
Yes, he'll be playing himself.
Playing himself, which he has done in the past.
That's true, but a much bigger part.
Yeah. Wow. I love this.
Yeah, this is very exciting.
Wow.
When I was there, he came in. He came back. Ian Max Stone Graham was like, "Come up and get my lunch." I was like, "Just tell me it over the phone." I probably told this story on the show, and then I was like, "Ugh." I was kind of pissed off, and I went upstairs, and then Conan was in the room, which he was doing me a favor to come up there and meet him. And then he said, "Where are you from, Quincy?" He said, "Guys like you used to beat me up growing up." And I was like, but that's not true. I'm not a man who can beat anyone up. And then he kept calling me an asshole. It was a very fun.
That's
it was
fun.
a fun day to have him come in there. Mm-hmm.
Can we, while we're lunch adjacent, Selman, you told me something while we're waiting for Mitch to arrive, which is that at the restaurant, which is that.
Oh, at the restaurant.
Yeah, at
okay,
the restaurant.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you meant today.
Well, we guys also.
I told you that 12:45.
Yeah.
So did you get there early or did you get there on time? Because I came basically at 12:47.
We were both there a little early. It was fine.
Okay.
Wasn't a huge thing. You weren't hugely late.
Nick and I are like early guys.
Yeah, I'll get there.
We're nervous if we're not early.
I'd rather be there with 10 minutes to spare and just sort of kill time as opposed to like, oh shit, I'm just arriving, as the event is happening. Not that I'm never late.
I agree with that. Are you with that? Normally, it was the other side of town for me. It was
fine.
It was a hall.
So you didn't do anything wrong. I was just giving context
You just
for why
fucking
I
brought
know
it
this
up.
bit of information and why you don't, which is that we were waiting for you to arrive, and you mentioned that a new favorite is a chain in the Simpsons writers' room for lunches is a chain that we reviewed and were surprised by its quality here. The Goop Kitchen.
The Goop Kitchen.
It wasn't while you were waiting. I heard this shit anyways. You fucking idiot. So there was
heard this?
Yes, he said it in front of me while
Okay, well,
I
then
was
never
there.
mind.
I'm a little behind on exactly how real or not real the animosity is at any given time on this show.
It's all real.
That was real.
It's all real.
Okay. But I never know. Maybe there was like a huge fight last week and I don't know about that.
Not last week. There was a huge fight we had a huge
There's-
fight.
Or like when
that
I'm
was
listening and
Maybe
I
last
I
week
feel
as of
weird.
this episode's release.
That's true. Maybe the show's already over.
we're gonna be. I mean, this year is crazy. We're gonna be close to done by July.
We'll see.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
good.
see. Well, that's the goal.
That's the goal. So, yes, Goop Kitchen, which reviewed by the amazing, terrific writer Luke Del Tredici,
That's
Watertown
right,
boy,
buddy Luke.
Right, Watertown.
Watertown boy,
Shit.
super smart guy.
You're also from Watertown.
Yeah, also Watertown, Massachusetts. But like, we're both the sort of hippie kid,
Right.
non-towny Watertowners. Like, anyway.
You know who else is in Watertown these days? But Jake Sully.
I knew it was Jake Sully.
From Avatar?
From Avatar. Yeah, he loves it up there.
Pyacon has a condo.
Pyacon's a big time. He's a Watertown lifer. He's like 5th generation.
So
Yeah, he's
Luke,
like a landlord,
who is
actually.
like, Luke is so funny and smart. But we hadn't been to Goop.
Yes.
So we went to Goop based on that episode, and it has risen to #1 favorite.
Number 1.
Right? It is.
Here's my question.
It is engineered for sitcom takeout lunch
Right.
for people who don't want to feel disgusting.
Yes.
Here's my question for you. My head goes to PA duties here.
Mm-hmm.
Do they only deliver? Is like
There's that ghost kitchen, the Colony in West LA, and they pick it up there.
all right. So the
But
PA is off
Goop
picking it up.
seems like so elegant and so well put together and thought out with the
Yeah.
flavors and the healthiness and the keto kind of forward proteins and vegetables. You're like, how do they even make that in a ghost kitchen? It feels like you would need its own kitchen to do it that excellently.
That's what's so weird about the ghost kitchens. And I think we talked about this on the episode, but like just talking about the Colony specifically, because I know that one, they have another restaurant that they have there is, Mitch, help me out. What's that taco chain that does the rolled tacos? Benito's.
Oh, Benito's,
Tacos. Yeah. And Benito's is like such a like working class, just like kind of, divey, trashy, but very, yummy Mexican place. And just the idea that those two things are being made side by side in the same, industrial kitchen. It's just so strange.
It is interesting. I mean, I wonder if it's the same chefs doing both,
Yeah, I
or if
wonder.
they have little cubicles for each restaurant and everyone's waiting for just their own thing. We did a Simpsons in an episode about ghost kitchens recently. Just in time to hear that they were sort of dying out. That's when we like to come in and really hit it hard.
It's tough with those animation lead
Yeah.
times. I mean,
Yes.
even more so than putting podcasts in the Frank Bank. You get like what, 2 years from when you write it to when it airs?
Sometimes people online will criticize the show for like not being topical.
Yeah.
And I'm like, at best, it was topical once. And then it's going to be on Disney Plus until there isn't television anymore.
Right.
It'll be the last thing they take off television. So you could, if you're a viewer and your reaction is that already happened 3 years ago instead of 6 months ago, that's like a very small-minded reaction,
Right.
in my opinion. More in the, I thought of something to say and I'm just going to say it category. Anyway, I love all our fans. So we did this great Ghost Kitchen episode written by the great writer Cesar Mezuriegos, and it's very funny, and please watch it on Hulu.
Wow.
You were the first person to meet. Well, the idea of a foodie, which no one likes, and I don't think you like it either.
No.
But I remember being at the Simpsons, and you were the person who told me about umami burger.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
It was so, well, this is like 2012.
But I mean, I'm just saying that this to me
2010?
is like burgers in LA. Burgers are
Yeah.
back, and I went to that first umami because you told me to go there. A chain that now is probably hanging on by a thread.
It
is
was
my guess.
sold. It went out of business. It was sold and it was rebought, and now it has been rebranded, but it's pretty sad. And
Yeah.
like, yeah, that place was but that was fun in its day, and
Yeah.
we tried to do exciting stuff, but
It kind of went through the Pinkberry cycle.
Yeah.
Like kind of the boom and bust of like, oh, this is this trendy place that like, oh, this is like a destination. People wait an hour for this.
Yes.
And then it overexpanded and its quality declined. And now it's
Mhm.
just kind of like a shell of
To
itself.
give the idea of the timeline, I remember being on that computer, and you would also like, not giving me the keys as in like I could tweet from it, but you showed me Homer's Twitter. This is
yes.
this
wow,
is like
okay.
Homer first. I
It's
don't know
like
if
Twitter
Homer's on
BC era.
X. Is Homer on? He stuck around? I'm guessing, right?
I don't. It must just exist as a dead account.
Is it still there?
No one writes those tweets anymore.
Is Homer on X? Can we find that out? Yeah. I'm just
But
gonna
that
look
was
it up.
around the same time. This dates it exactly when it was. But
Right.
it was like Umami. Homer was on X.
Mhm.
Went to Umami. Do you have any big spots in LA now for food? Do you have any foodie spots? Have you gone to Quarter Sheets over here? You said you've been to Silver Lake like once in the last decade, right?
I'm a little behind the times. I know the Doughboys fans look to me for Los Angeles' trendiest dining spots, but since the strike ended, we've been so lucky to have to do a lot of Simpsons episodes in a very short amount of time.
Sure.
So that's very good, and we get to keep. I feel like my main job at The Simpsons is just to keep the animators' kids in vintage T-shirts, which means just to make as many shows as possible before it becomes unprofitable or more unprofitable. And so I've just been like working like crazy to just do these topical episodes. Like ghost kitchens, and we're gonna do one about podcasts in like 3 years.
You did, and you
He did
very
do one about
very
podcasts,
graciously
yeah.
put us
Oh,
in the
that's
podcasting
right, I
one.
did, yes.
Yeah.
It was unnerving to them, I'm sure.
Homer,
And
Homer Simpson does have a Twitter still, but the last time it tweeted was October 31st, 2023, and before that it was October 2020. So not very active.
Wow. Pretty sporadic.
Yeah.
What's his most recent tweet?
It was no TV and no beer make Homer go crazy in a clip for
That's fun.
Halloween.
That's classic.
that seems like pretty
Do you,
solid.
you, you think there's any chance? I know this is asking a lot. We could have Homer promote this episode.
I
Man,
wonder.
it would be pretty big if we got
I'm
Homer
sure
to
I
post
could-
I mean, if we
about
got
it.
Homer to
We
promote
got
it.
Homer
I
to
could
post
activate
that
it.
Selman was on the
I would like
Simpsons.
to give I would like to give a shout out to the people who run the @The Simpsons Twitter account, who are very thoughtful tweeters about modern Simpsons content and what the writers are tweeting about the show. So like, if we're live tweeting an episode, which no one cares about, but we'll do it anyway, they will retweet it, and that team is super plugged in, and I like the content they create about new episodes. So I
nice.
respect to everyone over at The Simpsons, the part of
That's
the Fox,
very nice.
Fox marketing wing.
Love a good social team.
They're great team,
Yeah.
and really nice. And just,
I want to live
Alert.
tweet a Doughboys episode while we're doing it.
I want to live eat one. Wait, can I say one more Goop thing? I'm sorry, to
Please.
jump over.
Oh yes.
A little bit of a Goop hack for the super Goop heads out there is they've got a sick ass selection of salad dressings. So like, if you don't like the dressing that comes or the sauce that comes with your entree or salad, go into that dressing list, and there's some lighter dressings on there also. They're a little more health conscious. Some of them, they have some really decadent, delicious, thick dressings, but if the lighter dressings can really serve you well, like the carrot ginger and the vinaigrettes, and then
Okay, sure.
you're really keeping it lean.
Right.
My question is, would I hate Goop Kitchen if I was working there still? I can't tell if it's a place has it gotten to the point yet where I'm gonna say, where are we going for lunch? Goop Kitchen, and then some of the writers are gonna go, or is it still?
You're getting it twice a month, or you start kind of getting sick of it. It seems like there's a good
Yeah.
amount of menu variety.
I used to go to
though.
Clementine a lot. You still get Clementine?
Sure,
Yeah.
Clementine, OG.
Yeah, Clementine was
Ellie
a big
likes
one.
Clementine.
Great.
But
Yeah.
Good spot.
my second favorite is Tender Greens. I know you guys had an incident there with a broken off something. Oh, that we were supposed to bleep that. You bleeped
Actually,
it.
this has been made canon at this
It is
point.
now.
It's
I've
canon.
told it.
We have another episode
I got
of Frank
a
Bank
paper,
that will
a
have
rolled up
released.
paper towel that I thought was chicken
Mm-hmm.
and put in my mouth.
Yeah.
At Tender Greens, and I still continue to go there. I actually do support Tender Greens. I
I
just
love
think that
Tender Greens.
I like Tender
the
Greens. Yeah.
quality has it's rode the wave. I feel like
You know what I feel like I can always get from Tender Greens that will just be like right down the middle and completely solid is like a salmon plate. I
Oh,
get
yeah.
like
Rock
like
solid.
their salmon plate, like some mashed potatoes and
Mhm.
some baby greens. That's just like that's a not super heavy lunch or dinner.
I mean, I haven't done Doughboys since the COVID epidemic has waned, but coming out of COVID, my main takeaway was, other than all the bad stuff about the world we
Right.
learned, is I really hate takeout food. And
Yeah.
I hate delivery, and I hate DoorDash.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I want it. I'd rather go to a restaurant I don't love where they're cooking for me, right hot at the restaurant, hospitality style,
Mhm.
or just something super healthy. Like
Yeah.
so like Tender Greens, Goop, super travels well,
Mhm.
eating clean, and then save unhealthy stuff for only at restaurant.
I see. I mostly agree with you. I don't get a lot of like I will get takeout, but I tend to be someone who will eat on site. Like I tend to either eat at home, something I prepared, or I go to like even a Jersey Mike's. Honestly, I'll probably just go to Jersey Mike's and I'll eat in the store.
Oh yeah.
But I understand people who like delivery and takeout because there's the convenience factor. You're a big delivery guy.
I just
think the food suffers so much.
It does for sure.
Just get stuff that travels.
Definitely.
That's healthy, and then save your treats for other times.
It's funny. I just unlocked a memory. The first time I ever had Jersey Mike's was you recommended it for a lunch order at the Simpsons, and it was the new place, Jersey Mike's, while I was working there in 2000 and whatever. And you gave me the phone number, and I ordered from it, but it was the wrong spot. It was in North Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
So I came back with lunch at 2 p.m., and there were like, a bunch of angry writers with forks standing there when I got back. But I think a great call. And then, because there was one that was like right next to Earth Cafe.
I think I have a new weird way of thinking about food stuff, which is if you have for sub restaurants, if I had like Subway, Jersey Mike's, and like Jimmy John's or something,
Sure.
I would go to Jersey Mike's 9 times out of 10, and the others rotate those others in just one time.
Yeah.
That's how much I like Jersey Mike's.
I love Jersey Mike's.
I love
too.
Jersey
Just
Mike's.
Subway at
Some
1 out of
people
9.
don't get it online. They don't, and they're like, they love Jersey Mike's. And one time I went there, it tastes like trash. I don't know what's wrong with your Jersey Mike's.
I think what Jersey Mike's is doing at their scale is really, really impressive. It's
Yes.
extremely consistent. In my personal experience, I do like Jimmy John's, I think, more than the rest of the room. But
This happened after the last visit, basically.
Yeah, but Jersey Mike's is like very.
Do you really like Jimmy John's?
I do like Jimmy John's. If there was a Jimmy John's where the Jersey Mike's is, then I would go to Jimmy John's pretty regularly. But Jimmy John's is like I got to go all the way to like fucking Beverly Hills or whatever. It's not proximal to me.
The quintessential Beverly Hills restaurant.
Yeah, it's the strangest.
Jimmy John's.
Spago and Jimmy John's.
Well, you know what I was like trying to figure out why it's there, and I realized it's like, oh, it's for like restaurant and hospitality workers in the area who are like, oh, they need has to be a place that appeals to the working
Beverly
class.
Hills
Actually,
markup though, or no?
There is a little bit of a Beverly Hills markup, but it's
Probably.
like there has to be some sort of place. There's like that, and there's like a Chipotle. There's some options for the people who actually do the work in the
You
city.
can just fill your Birkin bag with
Right.
hot links. Hot links.
I'm doing Nate Now's if I'm over there in Beverly Hills.
Nate Now's, yeah, famous deli.
It's a good one.
Is it still open?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on now.
When you said memory unlocked, I will say this, and I shouldn't say this.
He was molested. That was it. That's what it unlocked it. He just unlocked that. That was after at the North Hollywood. Sorry, I wouldn't want to make light of anyone's trauma. Try respect everyone's trauma. It's all sad, all bad.
I had a vision of a video game UI of like seeing like we go to like a pause menu like in Psychonauts, and it would be like a little lock that would come unlocked, and like a part of your brain would start glowing.
This is insane.
Yeah,
I wish that happened.
but I just thought of like that's what just happened to you.
No, I mean, you thought that like a lock unlocked in my head?
Well, I just thought of like that's how it might be represented visually in like a game.
Do you have UI in your head?
Sometimes.
Oh, Jesus. I also just found out in Baldur's Gate 3 that you roll die.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. It's part of the fun.
You spent 300 hours on a game where you roll die.
Yeah, it's fun. It's great.
A game where you roll
virtual die? Or...
Yeah, there's virtual dice. It's really well implemented. It's really, really the dice rolling is thrilling, and it's just one element of
it. The day The Simpsons ends is the day that I open Baldur's Gate, and like I'm saving all that.
Best bet is you are like 90 years old.
I'm saving 30 years of life-destroying video games.
Yeah.
For the day The Simpsons ends.
Well, they'll look forward to it because it's gonna be the best day of your life.
Oh my God.
Game fucking rocks. Yeah.
That's gonna be the best day of his life.
I mean,
he has a family.
No, that's true. It probably won't be the best day of your life, but it'll be a good day.
Those days aren't the weddings and baby births are not the best days of your life, people. They are not. They're memorable days in your life, but like the best days are just. I had a really good day the other day. I'm sorry to share this, but like. I know no one watches Modern Simpsons in your audience, but we did an episode where groundskeeper Willie goes to Scotland and big Scotland travel show. And the band who I love, Belle and Sebastian, did us the honor of writing an original song in their own amazing style about the silly happenings of that episode. And then we went to see them in concert and they performed that song with little clips from the show behind them.
That's cool.
It was like, that was like, That was a really good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that rules.
Much better than watching a baby come out.
I do gotta say, that's nasty. Poor doctors gonna see that all the time.
It's been a minute since you've been on, and we
Yes.
are talking fried chicken, and you are you're a chicken correspondent, but you're also so ensconced
You don't
with
want
the
to talk
Simpsons.
about how disgusting the birth is?
No, that shit's nasty.
All right, good.
Let's
All right,
see
good.
that.
Yeah. We don't want to even think about
What
it.
else is coming out of there? I don't want to know.
Yeah,
I want nothing to do with that place.
I'm with you, Wags.
Steer
with you.
clear, as far as I say.
Both the two I saw were pretty crazy.
It's also
I
like
assume my wife is on a birth story podcast right now, just going in luxuriating in every detail of how those things went down. The
Yeah.
kids are great. I love the kids. They turned out great.
Ed,
So
congrats.
proud of them.
I want to talk about a Simpsons fried chicken chain, which is Cletus's Fried Chicken
Yes.
at Universal.
Oh, that's right. We can pick. We never. Okay,
I mean,
here we
this
go.
is kind of insane.
We're double dipping here. right?
We got invited to the Simpsons premiere party.
That's right.
2023.
Well,
Yeah,
yes,
it was some
was
time
the
ago.
first one again after the
Yeah.
pandemic.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah,
or-
And we didn't have one last year because of the strikes.
okay, yeah, right. Okay,
Also,
yeah.
a bit of Doughboys lore. That was the first time I met Amelia in person.
That's right. Yes,
Yeah.
Oh, because of the
She-
thing.
Isn't that wild?
we have been working together. You refused to look at her for a few weeks.
Well, the first time you made eye contact with her.
Yes, yeah.
No,
Maybe-
that still has not happened.
It might have been 2022 then, because it was certainly before we were doing these back in person consistently. Was it that long ago?
Mm.
We didn't.
Amelia started working for us in January of 2022.
Yeah. So I think
So
it
it must have been
might have been
2022.
2022.
No,
Yeah.
so no. Oh, wait, shit. So it was 2022.
But then why?
Why did we not do it the next
Because
year?
the strike was during 2023.
Oh,
yeah,
wait.
that's what
right.
happened.
You're
That's
right.
what
The strike
happened.
was 2023.
Yeah.
I was off by a year. 2022.
2022.
Yes.
We went to Simpsons Land,
Yes.
which they were creating that land when I was working at the Simpsons.
Also screened the premiere. We got to watch that on the big screen.
That was a good feeling.
The super fun, and then they had, all the food was open.
That
So-
episode won an Emmy later.
Wow.
Wow.
Congrats.
Mhm, Yep.
Yeah.
the ride a lot of it written by the great Matt Warburton. I
Matt
remember.
Warburton was like the A writer on that ride and
Yeah.
really put a lot of great stuff into it.
Yeah. We rode the ride. Wags.
Yeah, we did.
Um,
Kind of, I will say the actual physical experience of riding the ride kind of reminds me of a Simpsons joke about the tooth chipper, which is a carnival attraction.
they make jokes like that throughout the ride.
Yes, yeah.
And I may have told this story before, so I'll do super fast. That when we were building the ride, they took us on like a rough draft of it before it was refined. But first, they gave us a giant complimentary dinner at what was then Doc Brown's Fried Chicken.
Oh, right.
So we all stuffed ourselves with Doc Brown's Fried Chicken, then rode an unregulated, unmodified ride, and people were throwing up like crazy. I was like head between my knees, mega headache, but please let it end. Because those things, you got to soften the rough edges.
Yes, yeah.
But anyway, that was because we all know Doc Brown loves two things. Time travel and authentic Southern cooking.
Well, here's the thing.
He never even eats in any of the movies. He's just too busy to eat. He drinks liquor in the third one, which is a mistake. He regrets that.
Yeah.
But he's too busy inventing. He just eats a sandwich. Like someone has to tell him to eat.
I gotta say this: people at the park. It used to be like, where to eat? And it was Doc Brown's Chicken was the spot people would
It's
say.
the same recipe, folks.
And then Cletus,
Recipe is unchanged.
And when the
Now
Back to the Future
Cletus-
ride exits and the Simpsons Simpsons Land becomes this thing, then it becomes Cletus's Fried Chicken, which does make a little bit less of an A to C in terms of like I can understand Cletus's
Yes.
association as kind of like a hick with being a fried chicken,
when they were their first pitch for that was not Cletus. It was another character's fried chicken, and we had to said, what about Cletus? And they were like, oh, okay, I can't remember who it was, but it might have been Fat Tony, which seems insane because he's
Yeah.
already Italian.
Yeah, what are we doing?
It was someone we were like, we thought Cletus is a more of a fit.
another
Yeah.
perfect
this
pitch from the
concept.
executives.
Yeah.
And of course,
How about Bumblebee Man's Pizza? What the fuck are you talking about?
that would be exciting if we did a mashup where
would
everyone
be
was
fun.
doing okay, but like
Yeah.
also they didn't want us to they didn't want to let us call the chicken fingers chicken thumbs. I probably already told this on Doughboys. I'm sorry.
I don't know if you did.
I don't think you did. Yeah.
And they were like, "What if people think they're real thumbs?"
Dear God.
Fingers have been accepted for decades.
It's
We
a
know
lot of
they're
times-
not talons.
Yes.
Which we've learned earlier today.
Or claws, as they're
Or
commonly
claws.
known. It's so often it feels like those notes are coming from someone where they're just like, what if they're as dumb as I am? You know?
Yeah.
That's the subtext.
So what did you guys think of the Cletus's fried chicken?
I like Cletus's fried chicken. I
like
think
it
it's a
a lot.
quality fried chicken. I think it's one of the better options in the park, just like period.
I think that whole lineup of, I think all the food stuff in Simpsons Land does a good job. You got Krusty Burger,
Yeah.
and which is like, I think good, fine to
Yeah.
good, right? I'd say it's borderline good.
At least it's crazy.
It is
Yes,
crazy.
Yes, and then you got Moe's, and you can get like some fun
Moe's is a
stuff there.
hoot.
And Cletus's, and I think that they're all pretty good.
And-
They did turn like fat. I'll tell you what I do love over there
Yeah.
at Simpsons, and it is a thing where they're like, you can only get one now when you go to the premiere party. But the big donut,
Love
if
the
it's
big
if it's
donut.
cooked, if it's like fresh big donut, is great.
The Big Donut is better than it has any reason to be. Like you
Yes.
look at it as like, okay, this is purely a gimmick, and they're just going to sell it based off of the image. But it's a thing you could end up getting more than once because it's actually quite tasty. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I like
it's
the Big Donut.
it's delicious, and then I eat it over the course of like 2 days, and I feel like shit, but it's great.
And the theming is so fun. That's
Mm-hmm.
a big part of it. Like you talked about Moe's, like a big part. It's just good to go in, and it feels like you're actually in Moe's.
And like people don't know this, upstairs from Moe's and Krusty Burger is a kind of public, elegant room with kind of portraits, sort of like the Palm used to be
Yeah.
like Hollywood
Yeah.
portraits of Simpsons characters from all seasons of the show, and kind of fake bookshelves with episode titles. And it's really a beautiful Simpsons nerd space. Also, if you need a break from the chaos of the park, just to go hang out in this kind of quiet little, elegant library.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fake library is fun.
We were gonna review all this.
I know. But you guys, you have a lot to do. You're on your plates. But
I guess the question is, why didn't we? What happened?
you guys are doing so much stuff.
I think the timing of it.
Did I go to New Orleans? Maybe that was.
I think the
part of
timing of it was that you were out of town,
Mhm.
and then we could have done it, and then the strike came back, and like, the strike happened, and then by that time, too much time had passed, where it felt
Yeah.
like, I mean, it was just like a weird, like kind of like a series of events. But yeah, we could have made it happen.
Yeah, we just
didn't.
But the chicken, the Cletus's fried chicken thing to get, in my opinion, is the chicken 2-piece on platter on the bone.
Yeah,
You know, I'm sort of an anti-tender guy.
I'm with you.
I like it, and it's
No, I need the bones.
you get a breast and a thigh and a drum. I mean, it's a half chicken. They have all the pieces are there, and it's like I think they cook it in a pressure cooker, the way KFC does.
Yes.
But I ain't complaining. Pretty juicy, pretty crispy. They got a gravy, a corn, a biscuit with a little glaze on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very fortunate with my career. I've had a lot of good luck. And part of the good luck is at these parties, I have a butler. So there's a little guy who just sits there and he asks me if I need something.
Yes.
And I say, "Can I have another plate of Cletus's fried chicken on 2-piece on the bone, please?" And then he brings it to me.
Wow.
I know.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Is he your butler? It's like a
For
personal
the
butler?
night. For
wow,
the
So
night.
you just got a guy like kind of like following you around.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's insane.
That's the thing I would not like ever think like, oh, I want to have that for myself. But if someone just gave it to me, like, oh fuck, I got a butler.
It's
I gotta
just to
make
have
use
it
of
for
this.
one night of your life
Yeah.
is perfect. One night of butlering is all
Wait,
you need.
what
Yeah.
the hell is this? It's the,
Mitch was kind of my butler for many years.
I was a butler.
But I had to share him. It was like weird.
A butler like didn't do that great of a job either. I was, like you don't want a butler that's sloppier than you, which I was, than all those writers.
No, yeah, you want like a put together butler.
Yeah, my shoelaces would be untied. I'd have sauce on my shirt.
Right.
Who? This is the guy they assigned for you at the Simpson
Yeah,
premiere party.
I know this is a little bit of privilege or whatever. No, it's not.
I did not
cool,
know
that
this.
privilege, but it happened, so I'll share it.
I would have loved to have made fun of
folks.
this. It's great.
But is he like a proper butler? Are they like, hey, here's your butler. This dude's
Well, they
a
didn't
butler.
use
He's
the
gonna
word
buttle.
butler, but his only job was to get stuff for me,
Right.
and for the whole night.
His task was buttling for you specifically. Okay.
Yes, and
got it.
and the only thing I asked him to do was get many plates of fried chicken.
That's
Was he-
nice.
Was he dressed nicely? Was he in a
Yes.
tuxedo? Really?
Not a tuxedo, but he was in a nice outfit, a special outfit.
Is he a
Was his name
Universal
like
employee?
Hawthorne?
He's
or
a Universal
something?
employee.
And are there other workers like there at Universal who are like there to cater to some of the VIPs?
I think so.
Oh, that's
probably.
awesome.
Probably like
Wow.
Matt Groening had a
Yeah,
coterie of butlers, probably.
Nancy Cartwright's got a butler. That's cool.
Definitely. Now,
Wow.
should we review that really quickly? A mini review?
Yeah, I think look,
I
think
I like this idea.
as a park attraction, for me, Cletus is a four forker. I really like.
I think
Fried
Cletus
Chicken.
is 4 forker.
I'm going to say 4.5 forks. Four forks.
Actually, you know what?
4 forks, 2 tines.
He's
Four forks,
wearing
2
the
tines
hat,
from
Wives.
Father Time. Yes, he is wearing the hat. He just took it off to examine
I
it.
forgot if there was
for audio
how many
listeners.
tines there were on the forks. Wait, how many tines? Wait, hold on, I'm checking.
There's four
There's
tines.
2
yeah.
tines. 2 tines. 4.5. 2 tines.
Wow, very good score. Wow, welcome to the Yellow Plate Club.
Wow.
Congratulations to Cletus'
Or
Fried
just
Chicken.
Simpsons restaurant?
Yeah, we're just Simpsons
A
restaurant.
mini review before the big review.
I give 5 forks to that donut, the big donut.
That donut's good.
Look, we didn't eat enough. We did actually, the night of, we did eat over at like the pasta side, which is maybe Fat
That's
Tony's.
right.
I don't know who
I think it's
controls it.
Luigi's, right?
Oh, it is Luigi. Yeah, yeah.
Who has the actual pizza restaurant or the actual restaurant in the movie?
I think
or
you're right.
in the movie on the TV show. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Hey, buddy, you out there? I bet you compare yourself to others on social media. I sure used to when I was online. But the issue is comparison is the thief of joy, and it's easy to envy other people's lives. It might look like they have it all together in their Instagram, but in reality, they probably don't. It's all a lie. Therapy can help you focus on what you want instead of what others have, so you can start living your best life. Me, I've been in therapy. I'm in therapy, and it's benefited me immensely and a lot of people I care about. And there are broader benefits, like it's helpful for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself, and it's not just for those who've experienced major trauma. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/doughboys today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/doughboys. Let's talk about Willie Mae's a little bit. So this is a New Orleans original. Have you spent much time down in Nolens?
I've been there 2 times.
Do you have any memorable eats?
Everything there is great.
Yeah, everything.
By the way, you just said it. Sounds like you spent some time down there.
down there in the Big Easy. Down in
I
the
went
bayou.
down there with you. I went down in the bayou.
Yeah, we were down in the bayou. We went to some attractions together. We had a lovely time.
We ate some gator together.
Yeah, we did eat some
We
gator.
did eat some gator. Gator. Was it gator cheesecake?
It was Gator Cheesecake. Yeah, it was at Jock Emo's. This was a place that our buddy Van Robichaux, who's from New Orleans, recommended. Great spot.
I tried to jam in as many places as I could. I mean, there was, of course, Commander's Palace.
Sure.
A place called Cochon, where I went on. I believe I went there on Passover and commented on that to the workers, and they did not seem to see the irony. I'm not going to be mentioning Passover anymore. I'm Christian, by the way. So there's a famous. I mean, I just tried to jam in all his greatest hits, but you never feel like you hit it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna come into the the Fox slot and say hello. It's Selman. Put me on a text chain with your PA to help me get a drive on, a job I used to do.
Yes.
And I got my hair treatment, and then by the time it ended, it took longer than I thought. It took an hour and a half, and the Celtics game was going to start, and I went back home. So I apologize. I'm going to come in and see you guys. I want to come in and see everybody, but
and while you're on that side of town, you can see your pal Wags.
But you should come for lunch, and you should order and make them bring you food. That would be good.
Yes, it would be nice. They'd make them stir peanut butter. It would be nice to have.
I don't do that anymore. I feel like that in the modern era of management. That's
some of these kids got to get used to that shit. All right.
It wasn't meant as like a jerky thing. It was more like, if you can solve this problem, think of all the other problems you'll be able to solve.
I'm just trying to imagine
That's not how it was received.
What Emma's reaction would be if we asked her to stir some peanut butter for us. I think she'd tell us to go fuck ourselves.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
But it's like a puzzle. It's kind of like a mind game. Like, here's a hard challenge. Not that.
Yeah.
Like
No, I get what you mean.
Do you put it in the microwave and heat it up? Do you?
That's
you
it.
know,
Yeah, I
you know?
What kind
often
of
will do
peanut
that.
butter was this that you had to stir that it was such a
It was
project?
Scudder's. It
It's
was Lars
Scudder's.
Scudder.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like that
right.
natural kind that's got
Got
the
it,
layer
got
of
it.
oil.
But if you
I'd
pour
probably
the,
just give it to Jemmy and let her do it.
you pour the oil off and then just eat then it's a dense peanut
just get the
paste.
brick, yeah.
You need the oil.
I've been
All you kids out there, you got to stir peanut butter every so often. Oh, you're upset Francis Ford Coppola is hugging you and giving you kisses on the cheek. Shut up. It's Francis Ford Coppola. He's 90 years old.
He can do whatever he
He
wants.
can do whatever the fuck he wants.
His wife,
not
okay,
anything
within
he
reason.
wants.
Within
his
reason.
wife just died, so he's on the market.
He's let him give you a weird, creepy hug for crying out loud. What?
Let George H.W. Bush do some weird shit when he's in a wheelchair in the last year of his life.
Let him sniff
Let
your
him-
hair
let
a
him
little
smell
bit.
a nurse. And say his favorite book is David Copperfield, whatever weird thing you like to say.
Also, that guy now, trouble.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah, Copperfield.
yeah,
boy.
bad, another bad guy.
Oh boy.
Mhm,
Yeah.
Not
mhm.
Bad dude.
Didn't happen.
Yeah.
He's innocent.
Willie Mae's
See if
was
he can make
founded.
himself disappear.
Willie Mae's was founded in New Orleans' Tremé neighborhood in 1957 by Willie Mae Seton, who died in 2015 at age 99. What a
Wow.
life. It is now run.
Man, owning a fried chicken shop and living in 99. See,
Yeah.
they're pretty good.
It is now run by her great-granddaughter, Carrie Seton Stewart. It won the James Beard Award for America's Classic Restaurant for the Southern Region in 2015. It has been called America's Best Fried Chicken by Food Network and Travel Channel, and the New Orleans location is now in the 6th Ward. Now, as first reported by our buddy Farley Elliott, past Doughboys guest and future Doughboys guest,
I just had dinner with him the other night.
Farley's the best. They opened the
Where
LA
at?
location. Yeah,
Who's
where'd you
that?
go?
Some place called Burgerette in Santa Monica, like
Okay.
a fancy French burger offshoot of a kind of hip wine bar.
Shit, I gotta go. Sounds great.
I got to marry Burgerette.
Well, all the different. There's only one Burgerette and 100 burgers, each with a different personality. Hefty
Right.
burger, brainy burger,
Yeah.
grandpa burger, and then they all pine after the one female burger. That's safe Doughboys audience area.
Smurfs?
Very safe. Conservative area.
Farley, I think, first reported this, although this is commonly known now, that they opened the LA location in late 2022 in partnership with Jerry Greenberg, who you mentioned. Jerry Greenberg behind Sugarfish, Kazunori, 2 restaurants reviewed on that podcast, Hi-Ho Cheeseburger, Uovo, 2 other LA-focused chains that are doing their own thing, and are chef-driven. And Farley also cites Hotville as another New Orleans restaurant with a newish LA location. Have you been to Hotville?
No, I haven't.
Hotville rocks.
I believe the restaurant, the brick and mortar closed and now only exists in truck form.
Interesting. Like last time we went, it was a brick and mortar, so I wonder how recent that was. But we had a great time.
I think maybe people don't necessarily flock to these
Yeah.
Nolans imports.
Our spot was pretty empty. My thought is like
We should mention we went on a weekday for an early lunch.
Mhm.
So like it's like we
that is
didn't
true.
we didn't
we
go.
got there at it was 11:30. Was
Yeah,
our
we didn't go
arrival
when it
time.
was super duper hoppin'. But it is we should say that the Venice location, which is the part in LA that it's located in, it is a full service restaurant, and it is a little bit of an odd spot. Like
It's a bad
I know
location.
Venice pretty well.
Mhm.
There are more walkable, more hop-in sort of areas where I would think you maybe want to put a restaurant like this. It's a little bit isolated.
You're always getting kicked out of Muscle Beach. They chase him away with a broom.
Hey,
as
buddy.
he's, yeah.
Getting a workout in, huh? Looking strong.
Stop it. It's Arnold is there.
Well, there
That
are
was
like
such a hacky impersonation. I felt bad doing it.
there are some terrific places on Lincoln though. Like
Yeah.
there's Baby Blues Barbecue. Is that still there?
Baby Blues is still there. Yeah, there's a few Baby
and that
Blues.
terrific Thai place.
Yes, Night and Market
Night
Song.
Market, which is like so good. And that place is always pretty.
That place is
jammed.
awesome, yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. That is a stretch that has a few different restaurants, so maybe it makes some sense from that standpoint.
The
But
Night Market in Silver Lake is like, I feel like doesn't get as many people anymore. So I didn't realize that they opened the other one on the west side.
I think they have 3 of them, yeah.
Oh, okay. Look, there is a lot of good food that way.
For sure. And
There
this,
was also a Prince Street, which is also another pizza place that like people love next door to Willie Mae's was Prince Street Pizza.
yeah, this
which
is
I've
the other
never had.
aspect. Who am I to second guess this guy with this amazing track record, Jerry Greenberg, of taking these restaurants and bringing them to LA? I will say that I just had a wonderful experience at this place. Like, just not going to bury the lead here. This place rocks. The food is so good. It was so fun and so charming, and I love that it's full service. I love that we get real plates and silverware.
Yes, I mean, it's kind of a low bar that you get plates and silverware.
But I mean, like, there are a lot of fried chicken restaurants. There are a lot of these kind of places where that's not the case.
Sure,
You know what I mean? You're getting stuff in styrofoam.
That's fair. A part of me just like you know how what is it, like localization? I don't know what the hell. You can help me out here. What
are you trying to say?
Like, you know how like local radio, it's like now it's just like national radio. You know what I mean?
Yes, right.
I don't know what the word is for like Boston used to be very specific, and now it's everywhere. Like
Charles Laquadera on WBCN, and now it's some kind of Nexstar chain of like AI garbage.
Yeah, and it's that sort of thing that's just like nationally we're just kind of like
things were
Do you even remember Charles Laquadera? You're too young to know Charles Laquadera.
I know Charles Laquadera.
Things were more regionalized, and that extends to restaurants certainly.
The Jay Giles he'd interview the Jay Giles.
Jay Giles band?
He's like Grandpa's on the Gen X Grandpa's on the show. Okay, yeah, sorry. Yes, you're right,
Nick
Mike.
Carter was my BCN guy when I was there, and he spoiled Phantom Menace.
What did he say?
He said that Qui-Gon Qui-Gon died. Right?
What?
Yeah.
Thanks, Mitch.
When did he say that?
I was going to see that.
Before the movie came out.
He said
Selman, he said it before the movie came out.
It's so
that Liam Neeson dies before. He's like, Liam Neeson dies before the end of the movie.
The pre internet / early internet, like before we had this obsession with spoiler culture, is so interesting because I had the soundtrack for episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and I had that before the movie came out, and my friend was like, hey, don't look at the back because the track listing has the second last track listing is Qui-Gon's Noble End. It just says that he dies on the back of the fucking CD.
Yeah. They
would never do that these days.
It should have been a different. That track should have had an alternate title. But my thought is,
Qui-Gon's okay? Question mark.
Yeah, I think that would have done better. That would have done the job.
Yeah.
Darth Maul still in one piece, actively protecting the viewer.
I missed it when it came back to theaters. I know you saw it.
I saw the re-release.
Where are you? You're back on it. You're into it.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah, you millennials. This is your Star Wars. Millennials love the Lucas Star Wars.
I don't know where I am on that. I think I'm like right on the dividing line between millennial and Gen X.
I don't feel millennial. I know people will yell at us for this though, so I don't even want to.
You guys have big millennial energy.
Really?
I'm
not eating ass. Millennials are all eating ass. That's all they do. Can't get their face out of there.
Why would you want to? Why would you want to lick the area where the stuff comes out?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Get your face out of there.
That can't taste good. That's gotta taste bad.
It's a mouthwash.
And sexual stuff, like you want stuff to taste good. It's like going to a restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of stuff tastes good.
Yeah, but that spot.
Come on.
Does it do anything for anybody? I guess people do like it.
Maybe there's like a procedure or something before.
Yeah.
Because just Gen Xers, we never even heard of that.
Right.
It wasn't even invented, so we're not allowed to do it.
Yeah. The great tastes for you are Pepsi.
Terminator 2.
Right.
Seeing Terminator 2, Guns N' Roses, that kind of stuff.
I agree with you. Crystal clear Pepsi, a lot of great stuff for Gen X. Us. Ass? That's what we get?
The movie Singles was kind of like our big movie.
Great movie.
That's our generational film.
I mean,
soundtrack.
Singles.
I didn't have internet didn't exist when I was born. For most of my childhood, it wasn't like I knew online or used. You know what I mean? Like it was a weird thing when I was like 10, 11, 12, where it was like, oh, there's this thing where you can.
We got dial-up internet when I was like a teenager. Yeah.
So we had a pre-prom party for my daughter's prom at my house this weekend. And I don't know any of the boys in the class. I'm sort of seeing these kids for the first time.
Yeah.
And they're all these nice, handsome, well put together young lads.
Okay.
And then I'm like, wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Each one of them has seen more porn already.
Yes.
Than like can possibly be imagined.
For sure.
There's already so much porn in each of these males' heads.
Yeah.
What is that? Are they okay? I hope you're okay.
It's a great question.
The most specific and depraved porno. Like it's not like it's just like there was. I remember we had.
Look, I'm gonna say this is probably disappointed you, but A lot of Lois porn, Family Guy Lois
There's
porn.
definitely a lot
Oh.
of like Family Guy porno is very Family
Yeah.
Guy hentai. Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway,
And look,
To some-
Simpsons needs to match it, is what we're trying to say here today.
there's some of that stuff out there, but
Yeah.
there's definitely more.
that's why I'm
Family
here
Guy,
to
I feel
announce
like.
the release of Disney X, which is a new shoot-off of our beloved streaming service. Turn that little plus to the side. It's an X. Now someone's gonna do that. Someone's gonna do that now. Damn it.
Well, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It will be liked by like 23 Doughboys listeners. It's fine. Disney X is pretty good.
That is
honestly. Yeah.
Probably exists, sadly.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's some.
so Willie Mae's.
Mhm.
It's a full service restaurant
Full service.
that I mentioned.
Yes. And I was saying, I was going to just say that I don't love the idea of like, why, when there's a special restaurant in this place, do we have to bring it everywhere? But look, LA should be the place where it gets brought. You know, like it should be like if it's going to go anywhere, it should be LA.
There's
right?
a lot of these, there's a lot of these like iconic Chicago restaurant or like an iconic like, Charleston, South Carolina restaurant that also has one location that's in Vegas. That tends to be the mecca for an offshoot of a regionally specific restaurant. This one I think was partly brought to LA because I think there was a combination of Katrina slash later the pandemic where Willie Mae's was kind of in some dire financial shape. And I think this was part of a little bit of a salvage operation opening this other location.
all right.
I'm not sure how purely charitable it was, but that's a little bit of my understanding of its genesis.
This guy, Jerry Greenberg, who I've met, but I have friends who know him very well, and he really works so hard on his LA chain of mini chains. Like he taste tests again and again and again. And then he flies to New Orleans and eats everything they have
Right.
for a week. And he's like so like on point and regimented about really, he wants to make it so good or he doesn't need to do it. You know? So if this guy clearly is passionate about this type of food and wanted to bring it to LA. And I hope people go to it because it was amazing.
I loved it. I had a great time.
It makes three of us.
Yeah.
Everyone, it's great. It's a great spot. I'd try. It's the one thing we were saying in there is like, I don't eat fried chicken too often because it feels like the worst thing you can eat in a way or whatever.
Except for ass, of course.
So yes, yeah.
Second to ass.
Is ass caloric?
It's your LDL shoots up. That's like a cholesterol joke for all our 50 Gen X grandpas out there.
I loved this place. I would want to go way more often. I'm happy it's in Venice. I was asking if you ever go for the show because I would order it.
I think we should go for the show. I'm gonna have the show on a day when we're feeling decadent.
When this episode comes out, you guys should get some fried
that's
chicken.
That's a great idea.
I loved it, Wags. It was great.
So there was an off-menu shrimp po' boy. By the way, I should shout out our waiter who was great. And
delightful
he was
fellow.
an old New Orleans character.
That's what I was like. Is this guy a New Orleans original who came out here, who was like worked at Willie Mae's for like 50 years in New Orleans and like came out to help start the LA one? That's what it felt like.
It felt like it was.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if there's, like Snoke, there's clones of this guy and he's at like a bunch of restaurants.
He
you
had
know
a
what I mean?
Snoke type energy
He did have a little
in a New Orleans style.
Yeah. He wasn't big
That's
either.
the thing was because we were sitting from where we were sitting, we were like, is he big?
Yeah.
And then later on, I stood up and I was like, he's not actually that big.
He's actually not that big. He's kind of normal
He's
size.
kind of normal size.
Yeah.
Well, he's like a little bigger than normal, but like not big enough to be like big.
And he was cloned originally from the Emperor, right? Like, isn't that the reveal
He
of
was cloned
Snoke?
from the Emperor of Mardi Gras one year. They have like royalty and stuff.
He was a very nice man.
Lovely man.
Lovely.
So there's an off-menu shrimp po' boy, which we shared. I like again, if this is just what I had, I would be like, this place is like a Fort Fork. It was a great po' boy. I thought it was delicious.
The po' boy was fantastic.
Really yummy.
It was great. It was great.
Do you like a po' boy?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I could have eaten, and the bread, but it wasn't so bread heavy or overwhelming that you couldn't get other stuff too. So I was happy that it felt more manageable and we could still get to all those sides.
Sometimes breading on breading, I feel like is like, and I even run this with a fried chicken sandwich. Sometimes it can be kind of be unga pachka, it can be a little bit too much. But I do like a shrimp po' boy with the fried shrimp can sometimes just be so delicious.
Like a light batter.
Exactly.
I think bread on bread is bad. I also think, breaking shoes, fat on fat is not the best.
Interesting.
So like I don't think omelets need cheese. I don't think egg is fat, delicious fat. Why do you need another fat on that? That's just my my take.
What do you do with an egg dish?
With burrito, I don't want rice or beans in a burrito. I just want the meat and the veggies and the onions and the guac or whatever.
Yeah. Sometimes rice
You
can make
pissed
it a
me
dry
off
guy.
like 5 different times in that last sentence.
I said what?
No rice and beans in a burrito. That I'm pretty pissed off right there. No cheese and eggs. What the hell?
I just don't think you don't need it. Like I know none of you watch The Simpsons. It's fine. We just did a lovely joke in a recent
Who are you talking
episode.
to? Us or okay.
Everybody.
All right.
You, and all the viewers.
Lots of people watch The Simpsons.
And all the viewers.
Popular
No, the show is doing great, but none of you 4 watch it. And all the viewers. So
I will tune into a new
I tune in
Simpsons.
sometimes,
I'll
too.
take it
I know you
I'm
will.
not regular.
Thank you. But Homer was bragging the other night about something, and he said, and they gave my burrito the most rice of anybody. I thought that was funny because like that's not good,
No.
Homer.
No, it's not. I mean, if you get too much rice in a Chipotle burrito, it can be a little crazy.
Throws the balance off. I'll do light rice.
Yeah.
But it depends on how substantial you want to feel. I just like beans so much that I'll always do beans in a burrito.
Beans are good.
To your
And they're
point,
kind of a protein though also.
they are. To your point about eggs, like, yeah, I sometimes do just like a really simple scrambled egg. I just find myself doing like a cheese omelet so frequently. But the other fat I'll throw on an egg is avocado. I mean, I feel like that's always worked.
That's true, but avocado is a special fat.
Yeah.
I think that gets a pass for sure.
I disagree with this.
Okay.
I mean,
Fair. I'm probably in the minority.
yeah. Scrambled eggs with cheese. I know you like that.
I do like that.
But
I
if
love
you
it.
don't overcook the eggs, they have a lot of people
Yes.
overcook eggs. I like a wetter egg.
Yeah.
Breaking choose. And that it's, to me, like if you have a really soft cooked egg, cheese is insanely redundant.
I get that, and I normally don't eat my scrambled eggs with cheese. I just do 2 eggs and some egg beaters. That's what I do.
You like tossed salad with your scrambled eggs.
Is that a
Frasier?
callback to the ass eating, or is that a Frasier joke, or both?
I haven't watched as much New Frasier. I auditioned for New Frasier.
That's right.
Yeah, it's in Boston. I know that.
As
much.
he was to replace David Hyde Pierce, who didn't want to be back. Well, what if we recast him? Let's just go another way.
Indubitably, Frasier.
Yeah, Niall's got an accident. He's not smart anymore.
It got bigger.
Yeah.
You know that
It was an accident with like a fucking nuclear truck.
That supermodel who did the cool sculpting that went wrong.
Yeah.
I don't remember, Evangelista, I think, or Christy Turlington. I think Evangelista. Cool sculpting went horribly wrong and caused beautiful bloat.
Yes.
A beautiful bloat to happen, and that's what happened.
That's what happened with David Hyde Pierce.
To Niles.
I think they thought it was too much.
Daphne convinced him to do Daphne Moon.
Great character.
Great character. What a sitcom character name is that?
None of them back on the show.
Yeah, no Roz.
Yeah.
No, it's tough. I think.
I wonder why.
I think David Hyde
Couldn't
Pierce.
be because of the main actor on the show, I'm sure. But
My understanding is that David Hyde Pierce did not want to return, and so they were like, "We just got to reconceptualize the whole thing because the whole core relationship is between Frasier and his brother."
yeah. Anyway,
We should talk. We should talk about this place. Shrimp Po' Boy was fucking awesome. What were we gonna say?
nothing. It's fine.
No, go. No, I want to hear it.
I don't want to say it anymore. It's too late. You fucked up.
I
Gold.
thought we were
Comedy gold that
I
the
thought
world
we
could
were-
have had.
I thought we were segueing to talk about the restaurant. It seemed like a natural point to transition. Go
No.
on. We'll say what you're gonna say.
It could. This could have been, my Aurora Borealis moment from the 22 short films about Springfield.
Sure.
But you stepped on it, and it's no longer going to be out in the world. So
What were we gonna say?
I'm not going to tell you.
We had the Taste of New Orleans. We each did. And so the Taste of New Orleans is a great way to go here because you get a 2-piece and then you get 3 sides, which these sides do not stay on the sidelines. These sides are outstanding.
The sides are fantastic. I love the sides.
The sides might be the star of the show, guys.
Yes.
Wow.
That's my hot take on this slightly spicy chicken.
Yeah.
It is slightly
The chicken was
spicy.
great,
Spicy.
and I have no complaints about the chicken. but,
Delicious.
Delicious chicken.
like, I left just thinking about those sides, whistling a happy tune about the sides.
Yeah, I agree. I'm 100% with you. We each ordered a taste of New Orleans. We had the shrimp po' boy. The guy came back and he was like, I forgot your order. He forgot what my order was. This New Orleans man. And I said, that's all right. I'm going to let you cook.
Like Jason Tatum. I'm going to let you cook.
I meant literally. At that time, I did
Jason
mean
Tatum,
literally.
He's just lifted the NBA championship thing over the
God.
Charles River, I assume.
I feel like you might be trying to jinx us.
I'm not.
Here's my hot take.
Why is Watertown called Watertown?
Because they ran out of names.
Oh, all right.
The river, Charles River, goes through it.
Oh, yeah, I guess
that makes sense. Yeah.
There's water everywhere, though.
That's true.
That's true.
Go ahead, Wags. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say my hot take. I think if the Celtics win the finals, we're gonna find out. We're gonna have like a Finals MVP, Jaylen Brown. It's gonna be like a little bit of like, oh wow, that guy really stepped it up.
Well, both Tatum and Brown can tank it so hard on any given night.
Right.
It's terrifying to be a Celtics fan.
Yeah, it is, and it's
like Luka and Kyrie might have an off night. They're not gonna tank it. Where those guys can tank it so hard. And then like, well, the solution is to start shooting more 3-pointers and then
hero
disaster.
ball, ISO ball, Wags.
There's 10 seconds left in the shot clock, and one guy's dribbling it out and taking a fadeaway.
Man, I'm going to break out of this dead zone of shooting screwiness by more shooting. Get in the paint, guys.
Can I just quickly say, Jason, cut the shit. They'll see this, right?
You can carve up a defense. Just get in there.
Yeah.
And you're great on defense. So just don't win the 3-point anyway.
This motherfucker wants them to lose. He's very excited about that.
Of course I do.
Yeah, I know, you're a piece of shit.
He has to.
Of course but that's what
if it was the Lakers who left, I wouldn't care.
Won.
You wouldn't care. Come on, what are you talking about?
I'd root against them.
We know they won.
We know that they won.
We know that they won.
This is going to be Hillary Clinton all over again. It's just going to happen.
No, much worse.
Yeah.
No, they won. And that Jeannie Buss then was so distraught that she sold the Lakers to Robert Kraft. And now there's 2 Boston basketball teams.
Oh, man.
How much money does Robert Kraft have? He's pretty wealthy, right?
Yeah.
I'd take that. That's the whole problem with the Lakers, that the ownership is so spendthrift. It's all these.
Well, it's like a family business.
Yeah, it's a family business.
They don't have a ton of cash.
These failed children who don't have any income of their own.
I'm
so they're relying on the
team Belichick over
They're like
Kraft.
Nepo baby, ultimate Nepo baby.
Exactly.
Jeannie Buss.
Right.
And her husband Jay Moore.
Jay Moore
is running the Lakers probably.
Jay Moore.
He's like asking, who's still on the Lakers, LeBron, if he likes his 1990s era impressions. Hey, LeBron, what do you think of my Frasier impersonation? It's great.
Gasping for airtime.
And he makes him call him Mr. J, too, which is really not cool. Not cool that LeBron has to call Jay Moore Mr. J.
I'm wondering if Gasping for Airtime was the last book I read.
Jay Moore
book.
I read that.
Yeah.
I read that.
I did read it, too. That's a slim volume. Okay, so the Taste of New Orleans, like I mentioned, 2 pieces of chicken, 3 sides. Now, look, do I wish I could get like a 3 or 4 piece of chicken? Of course, but I think that I get that just the way they sell these things, it's either a 2-piece or you got to go all the way.
Mm-hmm.
So the 2-piece and 3 sides was plenty of food. I got the dark meat. Y'all both got white meat. And then I'll just run through all of the sides because I think we each got 3 of them when we were able to basically cover the entire menu.
We ran the gamut.
Red beans, mac and cheese, candied yams, butter beans, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, cup of gumbo, mac and cheese, and mashed potatoes and gravy.
Mm-hmm.
Any standouts
and cornbread.
And cornbread, of course, yes.
The gumbo, to me, was so good.
You actually said mac and cheese twice.
He did say mac and cheese twice. The gumbo, which Nick did not have.
You got mac and cheese as well. That's why.
Well, you said it twice.
I was listing everything that everyone ordered.
Wanted to say it for our listeners.
We also got 2 gumbos.
We heard it.
Then, to be fair, we got 2 gumbos.
We did get 2 gumbos. Selman got an individual gumbo.
It wasn't overpoweringly heavy and thick. Sometimes gumbo was just a rice bomb.
Right.
This had a great flavorful broth, which a little bit of fresh rice plopped in at the end, and great seafood and pork flavor inside. And like very refreshing and not stomach real estate killer like it could be.
I like both of those beans, the red beans and the butter
good.
beans. Both so scrumptious.
Fantastic. And not
so well seasoned.
Overly lardy and hot and good, not too mushy, but not too al dente.
Yeah.
To the tooth.
Yeah. That's what it means. That's what al dente means. I knew that.
Breaking cheese.
Was there a side that you didn't like? Because
Well,
for me, there was no side that I really
the cabbage
disliked.
had a great vinegary quality
Yes.
to cut
Yeah.
as kind of the acid, salt, fat, heat, acid. I'm not a mac and cheese guy, so I'm never gonna like mac and cheese.
I thought the mac and cheese was pretty damn good.
The mac and cheese was one of my favorites.
not
I thought
their
it was
fault.
delicious.
I'm
And
out for life on mac and
Yeah.
cheese.
I thought, why is that?
Well, just kids,
Sure.
and I don't consider it an adult food.
Kids do love mac and
I don't
do.
care.
Yeah.
Once I ordered some fancy lobster mac and cheese, and my friend, she ate all the lobster because I thought it was something else.
Wait, your friend just ate the lobster
Yeah.
and left you with the mac and cheese?
Yes.
Wow.
That's
what
sucks
happened.
because also you get like lobster flavored mac and cheese with no lobster
It was
in it.
such a. I don't know what I thought she was eating. I thought it was some other ingredient that she just ate all the she ate all the lobster.
Just unlocked a painful memory for Selman.
That's like when Mitch was molested at Jersey Mike's.
Little UI screen lights
Yeah.
up, section of the brain, lock
But like,
animation.
I just feel like it's just has the lowest ceiling of all foods. But that's my personal take.
Interesting. I've had a lot of bad mac and cheese is the thing. And this I thought was an excellent mac and cheese. Like it was just like so well executed. I'm a fan of this food stuff. And you know, in some ways I maybe do have a child's palate as someone who co-hosts a fast food podcast. But I thought this was just like a really, really well executed version of it. The candied yams also similarly.
Oh my God.
So they were, you know, yeah,
Decadent.
very, very sweet, but really, really yummy. Like dessert like sweetness.
I liked
loved
them.
them.
I liked them quite a bit. Yep.
Yeah.
There wasn't a side I disliked. I liked everything I had. The gravy for the mashed potatoes and gravy was interesting. I still liked it though.
Yeah.
It was
It was a little
different.
thinner, right?
It was a little thinner. It had a umami type taste to it.
Maybe it was like a kind of a red eye gravy.
Yeah, it felt like
Mm.
they felt like some
Their
there was
own
some
New Orleans take on it.
felt like there was a little Cajun hoodoo going on there. There
Yeah.
was something going on with that gravy.
What's the difference between hoodoo and voodoo?
You
You spent some time down there.
We'll be right back.
All right, we're back. We got to the bottom of the hoodoo versus voodoo thing. So the Brussels sprout and cabbage. The only thing I like, the cabbage was really yummy, but like if I'm gonna say like I maybe might not get the Brussels sprout just because I feel like it didn't have anything that distinguished it from a Brussels sprout I would get at any restaurant. Really,
That's true. The cabbage had that acid layer, I
Yes.
feel, what gave it a more complex flavor.
yeah, and felt specifically
Kids
like
love mac and
specific to New
cheese.
Orleans.
Adults love Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts, come on.
But I feel like my wife is not a huge liker of this type of food.
Sure.
I feel like I could bring her to here and be like, look at these sides, baby.
Yeah.
You're going to have fun.
100%.
She doesn't want to eat a big piece of fried chicken. That's not for her.
We should talk about the chicken a little
Let's
bit.
talk about my
in
wife's
depth.
palate.
Look, there's my thought with Brussels. I'm so bored of Brussels sprouts. We've talked about this before.
They're a little overplayed.
It's not their fault that they're the most unnecessary thing on this treasure trove of greatest hits.
What
Yes.
happened with Brussels sprouts is there was a whole thing of people were like, "Ew, Brussels sprouts are yummy," and then there's this new American chef movement to be like, "Hey, let's reclaim Brussels sprouts. Let's do like a roasted Brussels sprout, and we'll present this at restaurants." And people will be like, "Oh, I actually like Brussels sprouts now." So there's this rediscovery of Brussels sprouts, but now the cycle has gone to the point where they've become so omnipresent they're overplayed, and like
Yes.
every restaurant is doing a Brussels sprouts. Every chain restaurant that you sit
Oh my
down
God,
at
a
has Brussels
balsamic
sprouts.
glaze on the
Exactly,
Brussels
right.
sprouts.
Ooh,
Oh,
slivered almonds. Oh my. Oh, you
See,
throw
these-
candied bacon in there.
I apologize.
Oh wow.
I apologize to our normal people out there, these like coastal elites who are so bored of this great American treasure that they're tired of it. But it's okay, regular America. Brussels sprouts are still good.
no.
I'll roast up some Brussels sprouts in the home. I will for sure
You know
do
what?
that.
Fuck Brussels sprouts. Fuck Brussels. The place.
Wow.
Brussels, from Belgium,
From
the
Belgium.
capital
Fuck
of
those
Belgium.
Belgians.
I assume the capital.
The lowlands of Europe,
Yeah, fuck the lowlands. Fuck those
Wow.
low-life lowlands. I don't like them.
they're good. They're
Brussels
good.
people, you can fuck off if you listen to the podcast.
No,
We have no Brussels
no.
listeners.
I like Belgium. I'm pro Belgian.
I'm pro Belgium.
Why are you pro-Belgium? What do they do?
Fucking fries.
The freak game.
Fuck.
The freak game in Belgium. So sick. Sick freak game.
Is Larian Studios a Belgian studio? That's the developer of Baldur's Gate 3. Wait, I'm gonna look it up.
Oh Jesus!
I think they are based in Belgium. Yes, Larian Studios is based in Belgium. So you know what?
Honestly, you know what?
I'd offend
Fuck
Belgium
you, Belgium,
with my life.
for real. Heard so much about this fucking stupid game. He loves Baldur's Gate 3.
It's a great game.
Is it like an RPG?
Yeah, it's an RPG. Yeah.
So you can kind of take your time.
Oh, very much so.
You're not-
yeah.
you're
Well,
not
you have
allowed-
to take your
Oh,
time.
300
It's a big
hours.
old game.
I mean, if you consider
that was
taking
through
your-
multiple playthroughs.
Yeah, I mean,
Multiple
single-
playthroughs.
Yeah. What else I got going on?
Do you play it on harder each time, or
Yeah.
yeah, he's harder each time.
You love this game so much. The fried chicken. So it's like well seasoned. It's well
huge
fried.
pieces?
Big pieces, and they were
Huge.
piping hot. I absolutely love. Like this is the thing. We've
You
done
got the
some,
dark. You got the
I got the dark meat. Yeah, we've done some Korean fried chicken places in recent memory. We reviewed KFC. We revisited. So like we've been doing a lot of fried chicken lately. This is like
All I want is a healthy month.
we'll figure that out. But talking about right now, like this is like top tier fried chicken. This is like
It's-
elite fried chicken. It's so good. I
mean,
understand why some people are like, this is
one
the
breast-
platonic ideal of it.
One breast is a ton of food.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So again, more room for sides. I mean, now let me ask you a question. Sometimes I have an issue with the fried thigh, that there's weird little uncooked fat pockets in the like crevices of the weird V-shaped thigh bone. Did that happen?
This was really well cooked throughout.
Very
like
well
I
rendered.
thought, yes,
Mhm.
yeah. I did not encounter any of those weird sort of like gristly patches.
And like some fried chicken aficionados are, Willie Mae's has a thick batter.
Mhm.
Now sometimes that can be a problem because it kind of like falls off and you should have a wet chicken
Right.
underneath. This was really well integrated. Even though it was a heavy batter, it was really nicely integrated into the meat.
Heavy batter, like prime Babe Ruth.
But like another great LA fried chicken place, which is
Babe
a
Ruth, like,
national
weighs
chain.
less than us,
Gus's.
by the way.
Is that what Phil Rosenthal did? Gus's with you?
No, Phil Rosenthal. What did we do?
He
with
did a
Phil
fried chicken
Rosenthal?
also.
Yeah. Was it Gus's? I don't think it was Gus's.
Gus's is great, but the batter is very light.
Yeah.
Gus's is also fantastic, but does not have the side.
We did
beam.
Popeyes with Phil Rosenthal.
That's
Popeyes,
all right.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
right.
And I did Raising Cane's with you guys.
That's right.
A while back, and I was a judge for one of the champions about
Munch
fried
Madness, yeah,
chicken
yeah.
sandwiches,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I believe Wendy's fell to something else.
Wendy's ended up
winning the whole
advancing,
thing.
yeah, but that
And
was
it-
this was
it-
pre Popeyes chicken sandwich. This was long ago
This is
enough
really-
where, yeah.
Wow.
I
That's
think
true.
if Popeyes is in the competition this year with their chicken sandwich, the outcome's different.
So I was at this charity event.
Yeah.
Can I give a shout out to a charity?
Please.
It's a family charity called the Knox Martin Foundation for Brain Cancer Research. My nephew tragically died of brain cancer, and we have this great foundation. Please donate, KMF. Anyway, we had a fundraiser a couple years ago, and there was a speaker who worked at Chick-fil-A. And I was all over him afterwards. Not for some reasons, but
Yeah.
for others, which was, where's your super spicy sandwich, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, like all the other ones make them spicy by putting a fucking mayonnaise on there.
Mhm.
A spiced mayonnaise is not a spicy chicken sandwich.
No.
So Chick-fil-A can just run in, put a super dust on that, and just clean up.
Yeah.
They didn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He thought I was insane.
What was he a like a restaurant worker? Was he someone who worked at corporate?
He was a former super jet pilot who I believe now had a kind of cool job that they can, Chick-fil-A's as a jet pilot can work for them.
Got it.
So I don't think he came up through that world.
Hey,
Yeah.
just gonna say this. Open the door. If you're a jet pilot, you can work for Doughboys too. Just
Mhm.
gonna put it out there.
What are we gonna do with the jet?
But like I just made a
I don't know.
beeline for him. Like
Just fucking we'll get him, and then
You know,
it'll be fine.
what's your plan? Is we're gonna put this guy on the
Popeyes
payroll
with
as a
its-
jet pilot?
with
What's he gonna do for
stoopy
us?
Maybe he'll
mayonnaise.
pick up the food. I don't know.
We got other people to pick up the food already.
Well,
What's
maybe
get a
he'll
redundancy
do
we're
it very
creating?
fast. He was a jet pilot. You fucking idiot.
What's he gonna do? He's gonna fly in his jet to fucking.
He's used to faster speeds.
Sidewalk
fucking
grill?
idiot.
I think this is just a waste of corporate resources for someone who's so like spendthrift very often with
Oh,
the
what
Doughboys
the
media
fuck?
forms, that all of a sudden now you're gonna be like, oh, let's have this huge other expenditure. We're gonna hire a jet pilot out of nowhere. Just
I'm
work for us in some
spendthrift?
abstract sort of capacity.
What am I holding you back from getting?
You're not holding me back from anything. I'm
you
just
want
saying,
to fucking
like,
buy a copy of Baldur's Gate for the office?
I don't want to buy. I don't need to buy no. That'd be a wasteful expense, like hiring a jet pilot. That's
Wait,
what I'm saying.
He might be useful. That's all I'm saying.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm happy for your success.
Thank you.
I don't
Now
know.
you
if it's
guys both
considered
have some success in the life. What is like the one thing you do that's like you're like, this is like, it really makes me happy, like an indulgence that you really enjoy that you didn't do when you were more scrapping it together?
Let's see.
Nothing makes us happy anymore.
Like Birkenbag would be like what I do.
Honestly, for me, it's going and working somewhere else.
But I like to buy, I'll get this started. I like to buy new sneakers a lot and always have the feeling of new, really responsive, soft, fresh sneakers on my feet and soft socks. I feel that's a great lifestyle enhancement. It's not crazy, bananas, asshole behavior. Just keep those new sneakers and socks coming. Don't feel like you have to wear those sneakers out.
Yeah, I guess there's probably less specific than that, but more generally just the idea of like, hey, I can get the name brand thing. You know what I mean? Like I can just get like the AirPods Max, and I don't need to like sweat about
That's great. Yes.
You know,
not sweating is fantastic.
That's the main thing about having any sort of like financial cushion is just the idea of like it's not going to be some emergency is not going to put me over a barrel, you know. And so we're very fortunate in that regard. But yeah, in terms of a little luxury,
what's a little luxury, Mitch? Come on.
I like to fly first class.
There you go. That's
fine.
great. That's great.
Something that I did though, but I think before I started to do that before. I mean, I'm big. I'm a big guy, and I got a Delta credit card, and I just started to buy everything on the Delta credit card, and I put myself in first because
you deserve it, Mike.
I don't like to. I don't fit in a a seat. Airplanes are ridiculous.
And boarding early is great, and just
that's the I generally don't even care about that stuff.
Hooligans row past you is fantastic.
That's embarrassing almost when you see people go. I just like a big seat. Airplanes should make bigger seats. It's insane.
That jet pilot you want to put on the payroll.
Maybe he can fucking.
Maybe
You know what? Maybe he'll fucking. I'm too spendthrift. Fuck off. What the fuck? Fucking bullshit.
Viewers, write in with if you have any financial success, write into @doughboys.com. What do you like to? What's your little indulgence that you've made yourself something of yourself in the world and you really get value out of? Remember you used to say stuff like that about like hashtags and shit?
Oh yeah.
You do like, Indulgence Tuesday or whatever. You would say.
We gave that. We've given a
hashtag
lot of things
still
up.
Big. I just heard Simpsons just heard about hashtags. We're doing a big show about hashtags.
There's a lot of opportunity there. Homer, like hash Homer, like
hash browns.
Yeah.
That's
fun.
Hash by mistake.
Yeah. That's good. There's a lot of good stuff there. That's all we're saying.
It's all good.
By the way, I want to say as far as chicken goes, you get with the white meat, you get one breast and a wing.
Yeah,
and that's enough for me.
Oh yeah.
I don't.
Well, especially
one breast is all you eat. You know what? In every way, one breast's all I need. I just need one breast. I'm a one breast guy. That's it. I'm good to go.
You know, my wife has no breasts. This is true.
Oh dang, yeah.
She had a double mastectomy out of breast cancer, and now she's a member of the flat community. She looks great.
Yeah,
wow.
She's very happy. We love it.
And it's a great thing that she's a survivor.
I'm so confident she'll never listen to this that I could really go into detail about it, but I'm not going to.
We had I didn't talk about our beverages. We got a couple of lemonades. Look, and this was first off, this was a big boy lemonade. Felt like it was like a 32-ounce lemonade. This was like a 7-Up big gulp size lemonade. And it also was very sweet, but I thought just like so fresh and refreshing that I was fine
tangy,
having a few
tangy.
sips of it. Yeah,
real lemon juice in there.
Oddly, they don't have iced tea there. That I found baffling.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's just the case in Willie Mae's in New Orleans that they just don't have it down there. But I was just like, that's a thing I expected.
Jerry Greenberg tasted every iced tea in America and none were good enough. That's literally what happened.
Wouldn't you think they'd have an unsweetened and a sweet tea at any sort of Southern restaurant? That's just kind of my expectation. But whatever. It's not the reason I've
Go to the South and order unsweetened iced tea and watch the response you get, by the way.
That lemonade was very tasty.
It was good. Mm-hmm. It was good as hell.
Did they have a liquor license, guys?
I think they do have beer and wine.
I think they do. Yeah. I will say again. We said it wasn't that packed, but there were 2 or 3 other people in there while we were eating, and it was 11:45.
There was some takeout.
Yeah, I don't know if you clocked the people coming back in and out for takeout orders, but there were a few of those.
I brought my leftovers and Nangle ate them.
Wow. Wait, really?
Dang.
Did Nangle give a fork score?
No, but I can
text her. Let's find
text her
out
right now.
Oh, yeah. Let's see if we can get a fork score. The bread pudding we had as the climax of this meal.
Speaking of booze,
Yeah,
She's not
that was
gonna like.
boozy.
She's not gonna like I'm doing this.
She loves the Doughboys.
yeah, she loves us.
She
Doughboys.
loves us Doughboys.
There was a lot of booze in that bread pudding.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah, it
booze.
was
Sounds
a-
like a Doughboys live audience.
Or a spooky Halloween.
That works in many ways.
Yes.
because they're also
They are always shit-faced.
They're booing us.
Talking at full volume like they're listening by themselves in the car. A lot of fun.
Also, like shitting, or like farting, and like puking.
Yeah.
It's like happened multiple times, or people just barfing in our live shows. What
are
the
you
fuck?
doing?
What kind of
you doing?
monsters are you?
Show started at 7 p.m. Fucking shit-faced.
I was thrilled with everything I ate there. It was a heavy meal to start the day, but I also that bread pudding was very different and it was fantastic. Little nice cut strawberries on there.
Yeah. Oh my God, the strawberries.
The strawberries are really good.
So yummy.
It was boozy but fantastic. I loved it.
Loved it.
I loved it too.
I'll say this about it. I thought it was great. If I went back, I'd get more sides and more chicken.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's the way to go.
That's fair.
I would eat more chicken and maybe double up on that gumbo, double up on the po' boy. Because the dessert, the candied yams could be a dessert.
For sure.
I
Mhm.
thought they were both great. I would rather just have more New Orleans sides.
Yeah.
But you get a table of, some big eaters. You can maybe get one for
Sure.
the table.
Oh
to
yeah,
share. I
no,
thought that was
no,
a lot of fun.
no downside.
We should get to our final thoughts on Willie Mae's. Is there anything I missed? I think that's everything.
I think that's
It's
everything.
the best Scotch house I've ever been to.
Well, yes, the official name, at least of the New Orleans restaurant, is Willie Mae's Scotch House. I don't think it's called Willie Mae's Scotch House in
Right.
LA.
Okay,
It's
that's
called Willie Mae's. But yeah, that goes to its origin as, I don't know if you read any of this, but it started out as a bar that had a beauty shop attached. And that was the first
Oh.
part of its history and then the beauty shop closed and they were like, well, let's open up a fried chicken restaurant. The rest is history.
I actually didn't go to Willie Mae's when I was in Nolans.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another famous Nolans fried chicken place there, kind of in-town rival, Dookie Chase.
Oh, yes, I know Dookie
And that's, I
Chase.
believe, where like Obama went. And I think when Phil went there, Phil Rosenthal, I call him Phil.
We're on first name basis with Phil,
When
past
Phil
Doughboys
went
guest.
there, I believe he went to Dookie Chase's. And
Yeah.
He's a treasure. I love him.
Somebody feed this guy.
Yeah, someone's got to feed that damn guy.
I think
Wait a minute,
he's-
did I go to Willie Mae's? Oh my God.
Did you? Mitch is looking at his phone. Are you looking through your past photos? What are you looking through? Camera roll?
I'm looking at old Homer tweets.
Now I'm looking at my text.
Let's see here. I'm searching right now, Wise.
Okay, so we're
Fuck, it
all
just
buried
keeps
in our
going-
devices. What are you looking
It
for?
keeps going back to the website. I'm searching Willie Mae's.
You were
New
looking.
Orleans.
You were looking in your old text.
Now I'm
Space,
looking at my text. This is not
space,
good content.
Go.
No, this is great. People love
Fuck!
this.
It keeps going. I need to Google it. You know what I'm saying?
There's my daughter and her prom date.
Oh, looking
Aren't they
lovely! Wow, what a beautiful couple.
What a beautiful couple.
Yeah.
Don't put this on the show.
No one will put that on the show.
Oh yeah, they look fantastic. Google.
The charcuterie board I ordered to feed all the parents
Yeah,
before the prom was called a grazing table,
raising.
which I really liked. That
I do
that,
like
that was
that.
why I went to this place, because they called it a grazing table. I'm
Yeah.
like, look, honey, I'm a cow eating prosciutto. Like, moo.
Nellie and I went to this wine bar and they had a charcuterie platter that I think was called the board.
Ooh.
And we were like, oh, well, let's get the board. And they were like, that feeds 4 to 6. And we're like, give us the fucking board. And then the two of us, we just got in the mindset of like, we're finishing this fucking thing. And we just put the whole thing down. And they were
Took it
pretty
down.
gobsmacked. Yeah.
I went to Willie Mae's with my
You
mom
did
and
go to
sister.
Willie Mae's.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah,
So there you go.
That's wild.
Wow.
I went
With,
to, I went to,
Courtney and Mrs. Mitchell, the three of you.
That's
I
correct.
went to
That's
two
right.
seafood towers in one night.
Wow. I love that.
Because it's all protein.
Yeah, sure.
It's like, if you're not eating bread and rice and potatoes, you can eat a lot of protein.
You got a favorite
Wait,
favorite
what's
go-to in
going
a
on? What are
seafood
you
tower?
guys talking about?
Seafood towers?
You ate 2 seafood towers in a night?
Yeah. Took
Really?
it down. I hadn't eaten all day.
Wow.
I love it.
And then I made a Twin Towers joke to my wife's friends, and they were like, what are you saying? That was an attack on Americans. So I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot. Not everyone's a psychopath comedy writer.
It was
I hope
September
that you
13th,
did-
2001.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would be slightly too
It was
soon.
Yeah.
in Manhattan, yeah.
Wait,
At least you didn't do anything like you weren't like the plane going into the tower, right?
No, when I was eating it, I wasn't thinking about like kind of 9/11 comedy. I'm more like that kind of
Yeah.
Tourette's thing where you say stupid stuff to regular people and they think you're an asshole.
Yes,
sure.
yeah.
Tourette's. Comedy writer Tourette's.
Do you have a favorite item in a seafood tower? I mean, I love a chilled shrimp. I know
love
that's
a
kind of
chilled
basic,
shrimp.
but I fucking love it.
I just like the more innovative and crazy, and the more they want to reinvent it, the more they want to mess around. If it's like
Yeah, sure.
razor clams or like
that's fun.
just the more nutso bananas experimental, like the wackiest version. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Have you been to in your neck of the woods, Crudo y Nudo?
No, I've heard about this place
It's
though.
so good.
Our buddy Max Mayer wanted to take me there.
It's like fantastic raw fish concept and
Yeah.
very chill vibe and like really like take people from out of town there. It's like that.
Oh, I gotta go.
Not a chain, not national.
So
Was there any? I just want to check. Did you also like? Was there any Pentagon equivalent that you hit with after the towers?
Let's just say after I ate the 2 towers, I crashed into a field. I was so full.
Hey, buddy. Take a look around you. Evaluate your life. Consider, are you ready for Hulu Animayhem? Well, get ready, because Hulu Animayhem is your animation destination to watch full seasons and new episodes of your favorite shows like Family Guy, Futurama, Solar Opposites, Hit Monkey, Bob's Burgers, and many, 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 many more. So get ready to be bowled over, have your socks knocked off, and get thrown for a loop all in one convenient streaming location. Plus, you can watch some of the freshest animated series around, like The Great North, Grimmsburg, Krapopolis, and so many more. So if you're looking for your favorite animated shows, there's only one destination you need to remember. Hulu Animayhem, your animation destination, now streaming on Hulu. That's Hulu Animayhem, your animation destination, now streaming on Hulu. So, Selman, you're a veteran of the show. You know how this works. We will each go around and we will give Willie Mays our final thoughts and our fork score from 0 to 5. We will begin with you, Father Tyne. Your thoughts, your fork score.
Can I have a fried chicken nickname also?
Yeah,
Of
sure.
course.
Okay, you work on that.
Okay, cool.
Fried
chicken Matt.
Fried chicken Matt.
It was 5 forks, all full tines.
Wow.
Wow.
Would eat there happily every week. Couldn't see me ever getting tired of that.
Mm-hmm.
Patronize it.
Yeah. It was great. Go ahead, Spoon Man.
I'm gonna cook for a second here.
All right, I'll let you cook.
Willie Mays is good. That's kind of it. That's all I can cook. I loved all the sides. My favorite, I know it's for children, was the mac and cheese. Wags.
Yeah, I love
Good
that mac and
replacement
cheese.
for candy. Mac and cheese. I guess that's a little crazier to be like, do you kids like mac and cheese? I feel like it's a little harder for you, but I wanted to throw it out for you.
Yeah, maybe hard to distribute piecemeal.
Yeah. I mac and cheese, my favorite side. What was after that? Probably one of the beans. The beans were very, very,
I think the
very
butter
good.
beans were the winner of the
butter
2 beans.
I think I did like the butter beans more than the red beans. Yeah, and I usually am a red beans guy.
But the cabbage was such a winner, guys.
Great boxer too, butter bean.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Knocked out Johnny Knoxville, if you remember.
A lot of fun.
I had a blast. Did I want to go to the West Side for an 11:45 lunch, which I pushed to 11:45 from 11:30? On the road, texting responsibly. I told you guys that it was going to be a little bit later.
Yes.
And I was not happy. I don't think anyone was. Are you happy doing anything anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
For the show?
This I was looking forward to because I knew this place's reputation.
I was happy to see
fried
Selman.
chicken. Fried chicken is my favorite food. I love when we can go. We can all. This is the ideal for the podcast for me, and it's not always possible logistically.
West Side morning.
Hold on.
Morning lunch.
Hold on.
Mac
Well,
and
yes,
cheese.
those are in my favorite.
AM lunch.
Hold on.
Yes.
Baldur's Gate.
We didn't get into Baldur's Gate, unfortunately, but we did talk about. We did all get to meet together, and that's my ideal for the podcast. Is we all get to have a meal together, and then we talk about it later.
When I
think
listen to the show and I hear that Mitch got it door dashed, I just start to cry. I'm like, that's like not. You're not honoring the food.
Well, you'll be happy to know we're going to Bolero tonight together.
That's right.
Spoiler alert, or it's already happened. I don't know if that episode will release before.
Well, but Greg, I have no idea if it'll come out already.
We're going to Bolero.
No, that's where we went to celebrate the Celtics winning.
That's where we went. We're going to celebrate the Celtics winning at Bolero, which is a great thing where I'm like, I'm going to eat healthy, and then I look at the Bolero menu, and it's
a nightmare.
It's just a nightmare.
What is? I don't know Bolero.
Bolero is a chain that has bought up a bunch of local bowling alleys and turned they're the same company as Lucky Strike.
Tonight?
We could. They're the same company as Lucky Strike.
Don't
you didn't know Bolero?
Don't throw out a knee, Nick. Mitch. Whatever.
This happened when I worked there all the time too. Don't throw a what?
You can really hurt a knee bowling.
Yeah, you can.
And you can't afford a knee injury.
Let's talk about a Simpsons day. We're gonna go bowling later tonight. This is fantastic.
How fun is that?
Does Homer bowl as much anymore in the show or no? He should bowl again. Can we pitch that?
We did there was an episode where Jacques, the bowling instructor, returned in the last couple years that had a lot of bowling in it. So yeah, it's always there. And we did a really nice episode about we kind of dug deep into the backstory of Carl Carlson.
Oh yeah.
Now voiced by the fantastic Alex Desert. And he met a girl at the bowling alley and then the romance began. He learned about his backstory in his family.
That's great.
Love that.
Can I be critical of something on the ride?
Sure.
They got to brighten that motherfucker up.
That is a problem. What we need to
it's too dim right now.
We need to
we got to put that out into the world. It's too dim. The ride is too dim.
We need to hire teens to secretly ride the ride and then report back to us so we can then tell Universal, hey, the bulbs are too low, turn it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they want to save money what's weird is our great partners at Universal do not own The Simpsons. They have a licensing deal with The Simpsons for that ride in that Springfield space.
Yeah.
But Disney owns The Simpsons. So in the ride community, people are saying, is there a ticking clock on the Florida and Hollywood Simpsons experiences so that Disney can properly monetize their mega purchase of the Fox IP?
And Universal can also put their own IP into the park.
Right.
Yeah.
Although the thing is, it's so successful.
Right.
Like sometimes The Simpsons make stuff and people think, oh, this should be the kind of cash grab. And then people turn out to love it because you get like Matt Warburton to write it or that video game Tapped Out, which they thought was going to just be like 2 years and lasted like 15, 20 years and has made no exaggeration, billions of dollars.
Enormously profitable. Yeah.
And it's full of insane stuff. And I mean, eventually they're going to sunset it. But, we can still bring it.
Yeah.
In ancillary side projects.
That is fascinating.
So no one really knows when that deal ends, if they're going to just. Well, and one more crazy story, which I may have told on Doughboys already. Simpsons ride used to be Back to the Future, the ride.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Doc Brown fried chicken. One day, many years into the marriage, my wife casually mentions that her ex-boyfriend, Ant-Man director Peyton Reed.
Wow.
Breaking shoes.
Wow.
Wrote and directed Back to the Future, the ride.
That's wild.
And honey, I wrote Simpsons ride. And then that turned into that. That's the craziest thing in the world. And she's like, I don't know. I didn't like it.
She didn't like, what did she didn't like? The ride or
No, she didn't like either ride.
Wow.
I'm like, that's so bananas. And when you turn it into something else, that's going to be your new guy.
Yeah, what an amazing coincidence.
When they turn it into
there's no new guy.
They turn it into Fast and Furious Fun Zone or whatever. It's going to be that writer director who made the virtual Vin Diesel.
I don't believe that she's committed to whatever man is writing the ride.
Of course she is. She's clearly a ride whore who only will marry or have serious relationships with the people. This one ride area in Universal.
I think that's great that you knocked out that other.
Yeah, that's great.
Fuck out of here. Wait, what did you direct? Ant-Man? What? Which one?
No, Peyton's really. He's good. They did the Ant-Man.
No, fuck him. I got a beef. I got beef.
He's
Sorry.
good. He's
Go
great.
back
He's
to
smart.
Quantumania, buddy.
He's a smart, funny guy.
Yeah, get fucking.
Nothing bad to say about him. Please don't listen to this, Renee.
No, it's good that me, the actor, has a beef with this director, man.
You're having fun.
He hires comedy people in his movies, Mitch.
Yeah, I know. I've started the beef. It's too late. I don't know what to do. I fucked up.
Is there an unbeefing ceremony you can do? Like send him a special package in the mail.
Yeah, I'll send him a package in the mail. All right.
Like his movies are full of like quirky guys, like Greg Hamburger or whatever that guy's name is. Greg Turlington.
Yes, sure, yeah.
Is that his name?
I think, yeah.
Neil Hamburger.
Neil Hamburger.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, that's the same guy, right?
Yeah.
Same. One is a character, one is a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg Hamburger is like plays the funny guy in his movie. That could be you in the next one.
I've started the beef. It's too late. I don't like him shrinking stuff down either.
What's your fork score?
What's my fork score?
I gave it
Oh, yeah.
5.
Shit, I cooked on that for a while. I'm gonna say my fork score, Wags, is 5 forks.
5 forks.
Come on, what are we doing here, Wags? What? Come on. I mean, my stomach is growling. What are we doing here? This is a great day. It was a great meal.
Yeah.
Like the fact that this qualifies as a chain, quote unquote. We're almost cheating. But it's fucking great.
2 locations in 2 different cities in 2 different regions. I think it's fair to call this a chain.
No, the listeners love that. They don't
but
complain about that when it's a specific LA location.
But
This is
Jerry
iconic.
Greenberg wants to do more.
Yeah, and this is a true New Orleans icon, you know, and so I think from that standpoint, it qualifies as a thing we can cover on the podcast. Also, we can cover whatever we want. I mean, this is the kind of place I'm excited to eat at. I love fried chicken. Fried chicken is my favorite food. I think this is just an S tier execution of fried chicken. All of the sides were elite, and the atmosphere was fun. The po' boy was great. The bread pudding was great. I enjoyed the lemonade. I just like. This is what I want to do for the show. Like I want to go like have a great meal that we all enjoy, and it's just
we can change the show.
I don't know. We're kind of married to this concept. Kind of pot committed to Doughboys. What would we're just gonna go to good restaurants? We're gonna be able to say it was good.
We have a showrunner here.
Yeah,
Like if we went to good restaurants, or if we just did items.
I like the idea of items.
If we just did items, do you think that would still be okay?
Maybe you do a month of local faves in different cities.
There you go.
What about this?
I like that idea.
What if you go to like Milwaukee for a month and review just like 10 Milwaukee places? Emma, you go to.
Oh, I'll go.
And that would be so fun to dig deep into one city and just live there. I know you don't love travel, but
Milwaukee.
What?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee?
Yeah.
That
He's
would
now
be
more
fun.
on board because Milwaukee.
Yeah, if I can make it a portmanteau, I'm on board.
Yeah.
Like, we once created a sexual version of the portmanteau at work called the Splort Man Bro. Anyway, side note. But like maybe that's a fun way to mix it up. You do a month where you just, I know you, because you guys go to those cities for the travel shows.
Yes.
And you eat at one place or 2 places, and then you have to leave. It sucks. Like to really like master these cities like Cincinnati or Milwaukee or Santa Fe or whatever.
Yeah,
and just go crazy and eat it. All of them, and do like a month or a week in a city, even you could do some damage.
I love this. As opposed to going to one individual city and doing like one chain for a one-off live show. Yeah. It's like, we're going to live there for a little bit. We're going to spend some time there.
Get an
Airbnb.
There's like Airbnb stuff about the weird guest house you're living in.
Sure.
That's comedy.
Yeah, that's fun.
I mean, just a week. I think a week would be, bang out a couple shows. You guys go out and then you're like...
Casey was just he just kind of grimaced
Casey's
at
got
that.
stuff to do, but Emma can come with.
Casey, what's up? Do you have family, Casey?
No, I just got a lot of shows to work.
Just a job.
Yeah, just a job.
Yeah.
It's the job.
You have no family? What the hell is going on? You do have family.
I do have family.
Okay, all right.
You're not married. You're not married.
I'm not married. No.
Yeah.
I love this. I love this idea, and I have a pitch.
Oh, Jesus.
Burbank, California.
Well, that would be funny
Chili
too.
John's.
But you have to get an Airbnb in Burbank.
Yeah, we got to live in Burbank for a few days.
Well, what about San Gabriel Valley?
Yeah, that's fun.
You know what?
Just go live in a weird Airbnb in San Gabriel Valley and eat all those Chinese restaurants.
I love that.
People would love. That's a way to mix this up, and then you go back to chain restaurants.
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, and also LA has a
bring
murder
Susser
house.
out with you.
Burbank needs a murder house. It would be a good idea. Susser will go no matter what.
I once tried to convince Matt Groening to buy a house in Koreatown, which I called his K-Town Diarrhea Flophouse. So we would all go to Koreatown, eat the spiciest shit, and then go to the K-Town Diarrhea Flophouse the next day and just shit all day.
Yeah.
And then that's done, and then we go back to work. He didn't do it.
Yeah. But that's a real luxury if you can have a condo just for shitting.
Yeah, well, he's doing well. He's
doing okay.
He's got that tapped out money.
That's
Breaking choose. Christine Nagle's fork score on the leftover Willie Mae Scotch House.
Okay, oh man.
4.
Still four forks for
Still 4
leftover
forks.
chicken.
Leftover
Canaan,
chicken
sorry, Nang.
and leftover beans.
Wow. Hey, I got to give my fork score for Willie Mae's. I love this place. I think it's so good. Fried chicken is one of my favorite foods. All the sides were great. I'm recapping things I already said 10 minutes ago. But I think I ultimately land here with, look, Willie Mae's a Hall of Fame baseball player.
Jesus.
Willie Mae's the restaurant.
Different spelling.
It's spelled differently, but
And
still.
also very nervous that he was wrong about it.
But also, but this is a Willie Mae's, the restaurant, a Hall of Fame.
A home run.
An absolute home run, yes. I mean, I would say Hall of Fame is maybe a higher tier than home run, but.
It is.
Yeah.
Amelia's back with our food, so wrap it up.
You fucking took forever with your shit, so I can take my sweet time.
You let it overcook.
It's a little overcooked. It's a little chewy.
I love this place. I think this is just a wonderful experience, and I think this is an easy 5-forker. So what are we doing here, Mitch? We're welcoming Willie Mae's to the Platinum Plate Club. 5 forks all around.
Willie Mae's in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Willie Mae's in the Platinum Plate Club.
Wow.
Wow.
What's the higher honor?
Also in the Scotch House Hall of Fame. All the Scotch houses out there.
Hey, that was our review of Willie Mae's. It's time for a segment. Emma, do you have this clip?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh my God.
If everybody had a portion across the USA, then everybody'd be serving like California burritos. You'd see them snacking from baggies and eating Sandos too. A bushel tomatoes serving USA. Deep fried, pan fried USA. Deep fried, pan fried USA. Deep fried, pan fried USA. Come on, Mitch. Deep fried, pan fried USA. Deep fried, pan fried USA. Deep fried, pan fried USA. Everybody's going serving USA. All right, this is serving USA.
Selman, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
When you met all those high school proms, the guys who came over, did they sound like Weiger at the beginning of the song?
I awkwardly tried to make conversation with them, and they were like, "Who is this old weirdo?" Like they were goofing on the charcuterie board, and I was trying to tried to make some jokes and just like icy withdrawal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a cool dad, I said. Hey guys, what I really wanted to do at this prom, I did not do.
What's
was
that?
like, I love this. I love Moana.
Yeah.
And I love the song "You're Welcome" in Moana that Dwayne Johnson sings.
Sure.
To me, it's a really funny idea for a song like about how great you are, where you're is it a bragging song, right?
Right.
And that he's such a smug guy saying you all think I'm so great. I'm going to say you're welcome. So I wanted to sing that to my daughter for all the things that I've done for her that she doesn't appreciate.
That's fun.
Sweet.
Like,
I like it.
like buying her a Subaru and stuff like that. All the things that she never wakes up in the morning and thinks, yeah, my dad's pretty good. He bought me a Subaru that I can then drive around and go to where I want and not have to go with him everywhere or have him drive me or yell at me about Ubers. You're welcome. A pre-owned Subaru. You're welcome. I paid for expensive, stupid private school for you.
This is the venue for like kind of thought out song parodies. So I think you were right.
No
to
way.
play here.
That was just kind of thought out, the one you sang before it.
This is Serving USA.
Serving USA.
Mitch and Selman.
What's the Porsche part?
Portion.
Oh, portion.
Everybody has a portion.
Portion, yeah.
Portion. Sorry, I thought it was the car.
Everybody has a portion. It's hard. It's at a weird octave range for me. Mitch and Selman must guess the amount of servings per container. The closest guess wins a point for that
This
round.
is fun. We haven't done
Assume
this in a while.
every product's container is its standard size unless stated otherwise. We did do this segment once before.
Yeah.
Mitch. Yeah.
I said
It's
we
been a
haven't
while.
done it in a while. Yeah.
All right. First up. Reese's peanut butter cups. What is a serving of Reese's peanut butter
Mitch.
cups? Go on, Mitch.
1 cup is a serving.
Selman, do you have a guess?
So are they all like amounts or like can I say one package?
They are all. It's the number of servings per container.
Number of servings per
Oh wait,
container.
hold on a
So
second.
he got it
I'm
wrong.
going to say 2. I mean, there's
Two
2
servings.
servings.
I'm going to say
serving.
1 serving.
Selman is correct. Selman gets a point.
1 serving is 2 cups.
1 serving is 2
No
cups.
one said cups.
1 serving in a 2-cup package that has 1 serving.
Wow.
So that's two
That's
cups.
fucked up, honestly. Okay.
All right, Selman gets a point. Next up, Pringles. This is a standard Pringles can.
How many
One of those
servings
tall
per
boys.
container?
Yeah.
Selman,
Yes.
4 servings.
Oh, wow. That's almost exactly what I was going to say.
Selman says 4.
I'm going to say 7 servings per container.
Mitch says 7.
Oh, my God. It's
Is
like
this
5.
Price is Right rules?
I went over.
I mean, like, Selman's closer either way. It's 5 servings per container, so I'm going to give it to Selman.
There once, when I was in elementary school in Watertown, Massachusetts, Phillips School, there was a kid who every day had a tall boy of Pringles
Mhm.
for recess, and he would just dole them out like how thick a stack everyone else got was based on how much he liked you that day.
Yeah.
So we were
Wow.
all just trying to curry favor for this kid. And he, come on, Carl, or Carl. His name was Carl, which you would say in your regional accent.
Yeah.
Carl, and he would he'd give you like a little thick,
Quincy
little
Rube.
stack.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, oh, and or some kids you get a thick stack. Like, oh, Carl. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm never on podcasts, so I just talk too much.
Oh, you don't need to apologize. We're having a blast. The
One-
Pringles
One
can,
guy who
5
sold
5 servings in a Pringles can.
Starbursts.
Starburst.
This guy would sell
But like
Starbursts
this is a
for
good way to
quarter.
show favoritism, like how thick the stack is.
Exactly right.
Okay. Tied.
All right, next up.
I'm winning 2-0.
Oreos. Standard pack of Oreos.
Like
Oh my
full
God.
stack?
Yes. Yeah. How many servings per container?
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you ring in
Mitch,
first.
I'm going to say 20 servings per container.
It says 20 servings.
I'm guessing. Oh, no. I went too high. I want to say 15 in reality.
I'm gonna say 8 servings.
Selman is closer. There are 12 servings per container, 36
20
cookies
is
in a standard
insane.
bag,
There's no 20 servings per container.
which is 3 cookies is a serving.
I feel like a party size bag.
Well,
or
I was going to say
something.
3 servings per, but then I was like, that's why. Sorry, Emma. What did you say?
Maybe like a party size bag would have 20 servings of something in it.
Yeah.
Do you like Oreos?
Love them.
Do you have much of a sweet tooth?
I do, but I would always rather have like more savory at dinner than like
Yeah.
a big dessert at the end of dinner.
I gotcha.
So I'd rather like go out for ice cream as a activity, and then in my restaurant eatings, just more appetizers,
No, I'm
more
with you.
sides, more entrees. Just save that for maybe a 1 bite of something sweet afterwards, but not like a giant super dessert at the end.
Dessert is very situational for me. I will say, and this is the rare instance where I think the varietal tops the original. I like golden Oreos more than regular Oreos.
I do like golden
They're
Oreos
so fucking
quite a
good.
bit.
Next up, this is a brand for Caladad. Caladad is the brand corn tortilla chips. So this is a standard bag of corn tortilla
I'm getting
chips.
fucking cooked here, by the way. I'm getting fucking destroyed in
Yeah.
this fucking game.
Been letting people cook all day. Now you're cooking yourself.
I know.
You're the one in the big pot. Corn tortilla chips, a standard bag. How many servings per container?
Selman,
Go ahead.
20.
Someone guesses 20.
That's good.
A little high.
But I feels all right. So Mitch, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say 15.
Mitch, you're going to get it. You're on the board. There are 10.5 servings per container. I'm not doing
Nice.
Prices Right rules.
Thank you, Selman.
Next up, Chobani Greek yogurt whole milk, plain.
What is this? What is it? It's just a singular.
This is a 32-ounce tub. This is a
32-ounce
standard
Selman.
tub. Yeah.
4.
And you know what? I got to go close on this one because
I already won it. I already know I won this.
I'm gonna go 5. Then I'm gonna go 1 over.
Yeah, you already won it. It's 4 servings per container. You got it on the dot.
I knew it.
Did you
Hate
get 2 points?
Hate 'em. just like they scored over Karl Anthony Towns to win.
Oh my God,
that
we're jinxing it
three-pointer
so bad.
and he'd been shooting like crap all game, and he believed in himself.
This
He
I
shot
like.
this final shot, his clock running down, KAT jumping up, goes in, swish.
And like,
Celtics won.
He fucking wrinkles his hat.
Celtics won in Minnesota because they swept them.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
So this is all-
Jesus.
You know,
Christ.
everyone freaking out.
Well,
So who is
Boston, you know who to get when this all goes wrong.
who is no, forget it. Let's keep going.
Who's what?
Who's the Celtics player who was on Minnesota and then he won with the Celtics?
Who's
Kevin Garnett?
Kevin Garnett. Yeah.
Who is he rooting for?
You know
This
what?
is
There
the
was a
thing, if
great
it's- yeah.
video
I
of
think
him
he's
just
rooting
the
for
other
Minnesota,
day.
I think.
There was a video of him the other day with Paul Pierce, and he's like, "I'm like the only guy who can root for." But it's worth looking up. It's now dated, of course, like you said.
Yeah, this is all dated. It's fine.
Who gives a shit?
cares?
Who cares? I'm going away.
Ritz crackers.
Going away for 5 months.
Ritz crackers.
Well, you didn't have to be an actor.
It's not for acting.
We're sending him away.
We spent a little time with our friend Ghislaine, let's just say.
They just told him he got a show, but really it's a special place.
Getting deprogrammed. Ritz crackers. Standard box.
Standard box of
Standard
Ritz
box
crackers.
of Ritz crackers.
I'm gonna say okay. So
do we have a weight or just no?
two sleeves?
Do you want the weight of the box? The box weighs
8
13
servings, Mitch. 8 servings.
The box weighs 13.7 ounces, if that governs anything.
Can you
You're going
show
8
your work?
servings.
I'll say 9.
Selman's going to get it because there's actually 24 servings. Per
Oh my
container.
God.
A serving is 5 crackers. You think of those sleeves. We're talking about the Pringles sleeves. Those things are just stacked high. So they got a bunch of crackers in one of them bad boys.
I'm kind of a competitive person.
Well, you're cleaning
So
it up
I
right
went,
now.
I went to the
You're-
grocery store and studied these numbers before. Before this thing I never heard of.
Jack Link's original beef jerky. This is a standard 2.85 ounce pack.
A pack?
Yes, a pack of beef jerky.
Selman 3.
Oh, Mitch. I'm gonna just go one above you. 4.
Someone got it on the dot. It's 3 servings.
Oh, what the fuck?
Someone has 6. Mitch has 1. It's a
Dear
fucking
Lord.
blowout. This is like game 3 of Celtics Wolves.
Mhm. Yeah.
Great value frozen blueberries. This is a 1 pound bag. By the way, I do think Dallas has a shot. We'll see what happens.
I know, but I hate them. If here's the worst, I would rather the Celtics lose to Indiana than have Dallas beat the Celtics.
Wow,
Oh, man,
interesting.
that's interesting.
The same way I would rather have anything happen in all sports
Yeah.
than the Yankees come back from 0-3 and win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Win like a series
Oh, that would suck.
and duplicate. Like I would
What
rather have
Red
the
Sox
Celtics
did, yeah.
or the Red Sox or any team lose everything than the Yankees ever duplicate that amazing comeback.
Sure. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
would
I
be
get that.
Unacceptable.
Great value frozen blueberries. This is a 1 pound bag of frozen berries.
15, Mitch. I don't know. I'm losing so bad. I'm getting my ass fucking
And-
kicked.
I don't quite understand this, but apparently there are only 3 servings per container
Dear fuck.
in a 1 pound
I
bag.
didn't even
I
try-
guess
I
a
didn't
1
even
pound
try
bag
on the
isn't that
10
many.
'cause I just
And
knew
you still
no
got
look.
it, I
Still got
guess.
it.
Look.
Well,
No
we have
look.
a tiebreaker, but there's no reason to do this
Let's
because
hear it.
Selman
Let's hear
won
it.
by so many points. Tiebreaker is Flamin' Hot Crunchy Cheetos. This is a party size bag.
Okay,
so 15 ounce
Selman,
bag.
1 serving.
Mitch, 2 servings.
Mitch gets it. There
Ah,
are
there
15
we go.
servings per
We-
container.
Yes. Tiebreaker, do I win?
No. Congrats to Selman. That was Serving USA, just like a restaurant with all your feedback. Let's open up the feed bag. And today's email is from John. John writes, recently I went to an all dips potluck style event. Everyone was
Wow.
asked to bring a dip and chips, bread, veggies, etc. to go with it. What dip would you bring? I brought buffalo chicken dip and celery sticks. Love the pod. Good choice. I don't really ever have the buffalo chicken dip, but I know a lot of people like it. There's something about like a meat dip that feels kind of odd to me. I don't know why.
Have you ever come to any of the the Super Bowl or the Oscars?
Sure.
Any of these
This is the thing you make.
events that I have invited you to, where it's just a few friends, and
Yeah, sure.
but I invite you to come.
Uh-huh.
You never do come.
Never invited
You
me.
don't care if I come.
I'm sorry. In fact, I've never invited anyone else here before, so I am getting myself in a bit of trouble. Well, you should all be mad at the
You never
person
invited,
here.
never
who-
invited me to anything ever, honestly, but whatever. It's
That is true.
I know you have a big friend group. It's fine.
We invited
fine.
you.
It's
We
fine,
invite
Mitch.
you
It's
to
fine.
come on the Doughboys.
No, I have to bug you to do it.
That's not true.
I don't have
We
any
wanna get you on.
friends. I don't have any friends.
That's not true.
That's not true. We are your friends.
We're your friends.
I know. Okay, good.
I'd stir peanut butter for you any day of the
Oh,
week.
I'm gonna if you invite me to something, I'll bring peanut butter. I'll stir it. I'll stir the fuck out of it. That's gonna be the most mixed peanut butter you ever had.
Well,
I'll burn special pants so if I spill the oil, if it stains it, it's okay.
that is
That's
a huge
concern.
issue.
That's a huge
That
issue.
is a huge issue.
That's a stain. That stain is not going away.
Those stains are rough.
I kind of use those pants in general, honestly. I'm always spilling shit.
I wore a special eating T-shirt to our lunch.
Wait, really? That was a special shirt?
I wear like shirts that's easy shirts. If it stains, I don't care.
Oh, wow.
To like a
That's
big
smart.
greasy lunch.
Yeah.
Why? So they stain better from the outside than the inside. Just to let you know. I sometimes will make a buffalo chicken dip, which is, I'll tell you what it is. It's cream cheese. I get rotisserie chicken. I chop it up. I put like a bottle of Frank's Red Hot sauce in there. I put ranch and blue cheese in. I mix it all up. I put some like
ranch and blue cheese working together. Usually they're competing.
They're competing together. They
can
in
be
the
friends.
dip. They're friends here. I put like a 4-cheese Mexican cheese on top. Put it in the oven, bake it. That's taken here. That was the emailer said that. So
That can
instead,
still be your answer.
I would do a classic dip that I do. That is, I think you'll know this just like from Massachusetts dip. Cream cheese bottom layer, salsa, Mexican cheese on top. Put it in the oven. That's the dip.
Yeah, that's a pretty straight ahead, just like salsa cream cheese. We used to do that at home
Mexican
like quite
cheese,
a bit. Yeah.
Mhm.
And my answer was going to be adjacent, but what I would pitch if I was going to one of these things, which I'm not going, I'm RSVPing no. But if I was going to go, if like I had to
What
go,
if it's Mar Vista or closer?
just depends on what it is.
Okay,
I'm probably a maybe at best. Anyway, so I'm bringing a.
Was Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, I'm there. Paying $5,000 a head. I think the answer is I'm doing an 8-layer dip because
That you make.
I'm making an 8-layer dip because I think there's someone might do a 5-layer dip and someone also might do a 7-layer dip. And so I don't want to be like dip cucked, like have like a dip that has more layers in it. I want to feel like what is the most layers of dips that might be there? I want to do N+1. So I think I'd bring an 8-layer dip.
Why not just 12-layer dip then?
Because then I think you're getting too far. Like that's too close to the sun.
8?
Yeah, you're in Ungapachka territory.
8 isn't too much.
I think 8 you can kind of still get a chip to the bottom and still scrape all
Any
layers.
like creative
Yeah.
layers?
No, you can't.
I think you
or
can.
classic-
Fucking what long
classic
chips are you
thin,
dipping?
Classic layers or just
Well,
kind of class? Or
Let's hear this. Let's
First
hear
off,
this
I would
dip.
get some. First off, I would get some long chips. Yes, I would. I would get the long form factor tortilla
Squares.
chips. The
Okay.
little
The
rectangles. Yeah, it's a
rectangles.
little bit easier to scoop. So I would do that.
The only way I'm
That
gonna have you
problem
come,
solved.
if I ever get married, the only way I can get you to come to the wedding is if it's on Little St. James. It's the only way I can get Weiger to come on out.
you lie and tell him you're getting married, and then it's really just like a Super Bowl party.
No, he could easily say no to the wedding.
I would go to your wedding. If you got married, I'd of course go to your wedding.
Will you do a
I'll go to
little? Will you
weddings.
do a little Doughboys
is,
wedding
is
intro?
Susser officiating
Ooh, Sus would be good to have.
Yeah, it would be a
Sus
good
would
officiator.
be a good speaker at a wedding.
or Bugmain, perhaps?
Bugman, I would not let speak at my wedding. No. I would invite Bugman.
Yeah, he'd be there.
He'd be there,
Oh, he'd be there.
and like
He
yeah.
might just officiate without your permission.
And I'd also just be like, oh, Bugman is talking to like one of my cousins. Okay, great. Like I know that he would, there would be a worry that he would be part of the family at some
Yeah,
point.
sure.
Can I ask you a Massachusetts lingo question?
Yes.
Now, our townie brothers and sisters,
Yes.
which you are one.
Yeah, I know.
In my
Look, you can tell.
To my
I
ear,
can't shed it.
they instead of saying cousin, they would say cousin.
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 Yeah.
Cousin.
My cousin.
Cousin.
Like, yeah, I know that. I know what you're
My
talking
cousin.
about. Yeah. I mean, look,
Sounds
I
like
say
cousin you don't like.
people make fun of me. No.
It's a very specific, Boston
Interesting.
hub.
My cousin. I mean, I say soda and pizza, which is
Soder.
pizza.
Soto and I, of course, my favorite that no one ever
Soda and I?
says. Yeah.
What is it? What the fuck is that?
It's like my beloved, like Irish, second generation immigrant population of the inner Boston area, to agree with something, instead of saying "so do I," they would say "so don't I."
So don't I.
So don't I.
So don't I. Yeah.
So don't I.
Yeah.
And we put that in your episode that you're in.
I say so don't I. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes out very naturally from you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just getting off on tangent.
I like the little regionalisms like this.
Regionalism.
I'm
that's what
an
it is,
also two guy. I've been told. I say also two, and then I'm also like I'll do like a no, yeah, for sure, or yeah, no. Like I'll do some of those contradictory sort of back and forth. And Coach Budenholzer has been called out for saying yeah, no. But I say it.
Is that a Long Beach thing?
I don't know.
LBC.
Yeah, I think it's maybe more like a California or West Coast thing. Yeah.
You don't really. You don't. I never. I mean, I know you're a SoCal surfer guy, but
Yeah,
you
for
never.
big time.
I never hear you say any SoCal slang. Really, I've never noticed it before.
Yeah.
Tubular? He never says tubular?
He never says tubular.
Yeah.
He never
Unless I'm
says
talking
sticky
about
icky. I never hear anything like this from Wags. But
I've thrown out a sticky icky.
yeah, and I'm sure not at the cool times.
The only time I'm saying tubular is when I'm talking about the most difficult bonus level in Super Mario World.
Natalie, careful with that laundry. It's sticky icky.
Hold on, do you not remember tubular?
I do remember
Okay.
tubular.
You just were still on your sticky icky
Gnarly.
thing. Yeah.
There was a lot of great things.
Tubular was one with the pea balloons. It was really tricky. Wait, Selman,
we
do you have an
strayed
answer?
so far from what the
I
fuck
know.
we're talking about.
So these great friends of ours are having a dip party.
That's right.
Here's what I bring. Huge bucket of original recipe KFC. And everyone is like, I don't want, fuck this dip.
Yeah.
Dips are stupid. Every potluck, the KFC bucket is the king. It dominates. Why would you bring dips? Someone will be mad at you. He'll be mad. That KFC is getting eaten so fast.
Yeah.
KFC is the nuclear option for any potluck. Just bring it every
love that.
time. It can't go wrong. Always bring KFC.
That was the first move. The first time I'd seen the move was when Harris bought a bunch of McDonald's cheeseburgers
Oh
and
my God.
nuggets.
Yeah, sure.
He must have been like Santa came to life that day.
It was great. He brought it like back at the house, and there was just a bunch of cheeseburgers and nuggets.
Oh my God.
And then the way that I would copy that move, and I would bring like McDonald's cheeseburgers, and then Jack Allison, as you know, had nuggets and then had the sweet and sour fountain at his
That's right.
house.
Yes.
He had a sweet and sour fountain, which was like it was like one of those like chocolate fountains with
Yeah.
sweet and sour.
And it didn't clog?
Like Golden Corral's
It was
Chocolate
like-
Wonderfall.
You could hear the engine being like it
it
was
was
like
chugging.
trying to
Did he
it
get
through
his
there.
deposit back?
I think he maybe just bought it.
Okay, that's probably smart.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure the viscosity of a sweet and sour sauce is much higher than like caramel or like, melted chocolate.
Sometimes it has like a little. Wait, did he open up 1,000? Did he open up 1,000 McDonald's?
Yes, he opened
That's
up
pretty
like a
good.
bunch
I mean,
of
I guess that
packets.
That's a good bit.
does seem in character with him to put in a ridiculous amount of work for something that has no payoff. And maybe is even sets him back a few.
Yeah, it was the original.
Don't know him at all.
Original
Good guy.
McDonald's sweet and sour. The original sticky icky.
That shit is so good. You dip a
Mhm.
cheeseburger in that? You ever dip a cheeseburger in the McDonald's sweet
I
and
don't
sour?
go crazy with the sauces at McDonald's, and actually, I'll say this: I'm eating healthy, and I had a goodbye McDonald's meal. Like I was hugging Grimace
Yeah.
goodbye. I was like saying goodbye to
I
everybody.
mean, you've had a good run with it.
Yeah, I was like Francis Ford Coppola with the McDonald's
Yeah.
characters, kissing Birdie on the cheek.
Yeah.
But
Mayor McCheese was like, we'll make ends meet somehow.
Yeah, you could have told me.
there might be changes in this
We
town.
would have shorted the stock. I'm always thinking about investments, folks.
Here's what's so sad. I didn't get any nuggets and I didn't get any dipping sauce. I got a Big Mac meal. Guess what?
What?
They forgot the cheese on the Big Mac. As my goodbye Big Mac.
I didn't think that was
They
possible.
forgot the cheese on the Big Mac.
You got to go
burger.
back.
And just get the cheese?
No, you just got to get a proper Big Mac. Because you're going to be craving it unless you get the actual thing.
I'll get one.
Yeah, get
I mean, by the way,
yourself.
I'm eating healthy for a month and a half.
Yeah.
It's not that long.
Wait, that wasn't a forever goodbye meal?
No. I'm like saying goodbye to them for like six weeks. I'm like goodbye for 6 weeks.
Do you have to like have health things that you need to do for the Toronto shoot?
I'll say this: there is a heart monitor on me currently.
Oh wow.
I am I'm trying to get the saddest possible thing you could say is that I'm trying to get down to season 1 stew weight from Twisted Metal season 1. So I'm healthy. I've been walking. I walked 6 days this last week, at least 3 miles. I'm on it again.
I mean, can I give a little?
You got to go higher.
Can I go? No. Can I go into my health zone here?
Yeah,
You are one of our fitter guests, and especially for someone who loves to indulge in food.
I remember
so
when
much.
you started your fitness journey at Simpsons.
Yeah, I mean,
which by the way, I actually found it when I worked there because we would get like healthy things. It was actually kind of easy to eat healthy there when I was there.
I mean, no alcohol.
Yeah.
No soda.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Even diet soda.
That's you know what?
And then no sugar. Just those 3 things.
You just hit on 2 things that I am doing.
I'm doing no alcohol now.
Yeah.
Because
good for you.
Because also it ruins your sleep.
Yeah. It
And
fucks it up
sleep
so bad.
is when you burn fat.
Mm-hmm.
And so like all your great exercise during the day,
Yeah.
if you're inflamed from alcohol is great, but if you're inflamed from it, you're not going to get those fitness benefits.
Yeah.
Or gains, as we call them in the workout biz.
Gains.
That's those are the 3 words.
Alcohol will kill your gains. So sleep and no alcohol, and then some great cardio, like light cardio like that, and just trim down those sugars.
Yeah.
You can have a Big Mac.
He just cooked, Wags.
Alcohol
He
kills,
just cooked.
He absolutely cooked. Alcohol kills gains are 3 words that
Alcohol
stuck
kills
with me.
gains. It's
from our
sad
lunch.
because I love beer and wine. I mean,
Yeah, it's fun.
I never get drunk, but I love a beer. I love wine, but it's not worth it to like void your workout that day.
Yeah.
I'm done with alcohol for the next. I'm not. You know this, Wags. You know it.
I know.
Anyways, I'm gonna have one drink at Bolero tonight. Of course.
Let us know what dip you would bring. Hashtag
KFC.
Hashtag KFC.
Hashtag KFC. And if you have a question or comment about the world of chain restaurants, you can email us at feedback@birdfuck.com or leave us a voicemail at 830-GO.
What is the deal with why is it called bird fuck? I know there's something there.
The genesis of it was that Mitch had a dream that he registered the website birdfuck.com, and then we just did it on the podcast, and then we just made it our home for everything.
Also,
Doughboys.
birdcluck.com.
Birdcluck.com will redirect you to birdfuck.com. Birdpluck.com. We don't have Bird Cluck, so don't go to that site. We have no control over what the content of Bird Cluck.
I like that it's chicken.
It is chicken related.
It is chicken related.
And you can get the Doughboys Double, our weekly bonus episode, plus our entire pre-2018 back catalog at patreon.com/doughboys. Our producer is Emma Erdbrink. Our associate producer is Amelia Marino. Our engineer is Casey Donahue, and our video editor is Mike Dorfman. And
we're going to send you back to work.
Our guest, I'll give it a little applause to, Matt Selman.
Thank you, guys.
Great to have you back.
Thank you for indulging me in my mouth activities.
This was so fun. What a fun meal. What a fun episode. Do you have people know The Simpsons, but anything in particular you want to plug?
Well, just watch The Simpsons on Hulu and Disney Plus. We got some great episodes there. That the Night of the Living Wage is that Ghost Kitchen episode I mentioned, and the season finale, which just aired so it's July now, is on Hulu. The season finale is called Bart's Brain, and it's a loving shout out to the memory of Paul Walker.
Wow.
Oh, that's great. And also watch my episode, which you wrote, right?
No, I just sort of supervised.
You supervised, okay.
Dave King wrote it.
Oh, Dave King wrote it. That's right.
Of course.
And then friend of the pod. And also the episode where we're podcasters, where we're seen in the background.
I can't recall.
Yeah.
Something that it has a pod pun in the title.
It's Kent Brockman starts a podcast.
Some Simpsons hardcore fan is just yelling it at their car radio right now.
The hardcore fans are yelling, "Let it die!" Guess what? If you stop watching, it is dead. But don't you want those animators' kids to have toys and stuff at Christmas? Like, let it die. Like, you want to unemploy Americans?
Come on.
You don't have to watch it. We're a job creator.
Come on.
Showbiz is in chaos after these strikes.
I agree.
Nick he doesn't even, he's only
here.
doing this.
I'm just doing
this.
this.
He just does this now.
Hey, I love it.
Ned's Bed or whatever that show doesn't exist.
Ned's Bed. Bring back Ned's
Earth
Bed.
to Ned got taken off of Disney Plus. It got delisted.
They got delisted.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. It's the listener. It's your faults out there.
Yeah.
Get back on entertainment. It's not the studio's faults. Did you guys order lunch today while you were? Would you know what they ordered for lunch?
Clementines.
Wow.
They got
They
Clementine.
got Clementines.
It was called Podcast News, a parody of James L.
That's
Brooks's
right.
Broadcast News. Wow. How about that?
And it was mainly about true crime podcasts.
That's funny for
and it
him
had
to
a fucking
see.
mystery in it. And mysteries are so hard to do, and no one even cares. No one at the end of a mystery goes, yes, that all. I know, they just go, here's what they do. They say, I believe the smart character that said all that stuff, but I didn't understand it.
Oh,
That's-
man. I actually am doing exactly what you're saying when I'm watching Kenneth Branagh's Hercule Poirot.
Right.
I love those.
Here's my advice.
He did it.
I have too much talking. If you're planning a crime and Poirot is like on the boat, just push it.
Yeah. I
Right,
agree.
yes,
with
No
that.
matter how good the crime is, just get everyone in the stateroom. Just push it. We'll do it next year. We'll make it happen somehow.
I agree.
Have your accomplice gives you a heads up, like, hey, just so you know, Poirot is in like one of the second class cabins. I'd be like, oh, we're gonna postpone the crime. We're not gonna do it.
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
If there's a guy who looks like Poirot, don't do it. There's a chance that it's him.
Right.
Yeah,
Look at this guy
sure.
with his big fancy mustache. Well, that
Yeah,
could be
well,
Poirot.
yes.
You know what? I'm not gonna pull off this caper today.
Yeah.
Like he's always just
I'm not gonna murder this
on
socialite.
vacation wherever, this unbelievably intricate, like genius plan with 50 twists and like people shooting themselves with blanks and stuff and
Right.
pretending to be dead, and then that's the killer. And just patience is such a great virtue.
Yeah, I know I had a great like murder plan for this Halloween party, but Poirot showed up, so
Yeah.
you know what? We're just not going to do it.
Yeah,
Fuck.
we can wait. It can
that
wait.
Airbnb I got in Burbank, H. Poirot is the host. Sucks.
Someone, anything else you want to plug?
I don't know. I guess I'll plug the charity, the Knox Martin Foundation for Brain
That's
Cancer
great.
Research. It's a terrific charity, and the money goes straight to cancer research. There isn't a bunch of like bullshit infrastructure, so it's like a real charity, not like one of these like, you know, I'm sure like football player family relative charities where they just employ the football player's family. It's
Yeah.
a real charity,
Right.
and Knox Mountain and KMF.
And how do people find it?
You just type in Knox Martin Foundation for Brain Cancer Research,
Awesome.
and it will, or brain tumor. It'll come up. It'll come up.
Knox Martin Foundation. Check it out. Hey,
Check it
that'll
out.
do it for this episode of Doughboys. Until next time, for the Spoon Man, Mike Mitchell, I'm Nick Weiger. Happy eating.
See ya.
Hey, buddy, want Doughboys merch? We're talking hats, shirts, sweatshirts, patches, glasses, all sorts of stuff. Aprons. It's all available at kinshipgoods.com/doughboys. That's kinshipgoods.com/doughboys. Sources for the intro are in the episode description.
That was a Headgum podcast.